How's it going, everybody? I'm Kyle from Fantasy Forge Studios, and we are back with some more Everlast Adventures, Everlast role-playing game. We are missing a couple of our players today, unfortunately, but we are joined by Cole, Max, and Dane. So, yeah, it should be a party for.
And we're all repping our shirts.
That's true. Hey, how about that? I didn't even recognize that, but. And I freaking forgot how much I love the Everlast theme. If you want to know who made it, Pal Morticue, he's a wonderful guy. He made it a few years back, and go check him out. I'm sure he has all of his social medias, or if any of that's changed. I'm not sure, but go check him out. He does an amazing job with his music. But yes, that is the official Everlast theme, so it's pretty cool. But I'm very happy to be able to jump into this. While we are missing a few of our players, I think we are in for a doozy of a session tonight. Brief reminder, we are in the depths of Talei and Eclaas. They are going in search of Princess Mila. But without further ado, let's go ahead and have our players introduce themselves, starting with Max.
Hello, my name is Max. I'm a
Hi,
very
Max.
teacher. It's fine. But as far as y'all are concerned, I play the lovely Zill, the orphan from Helix who unexpectedly got picked up by Eclaas because he happened to have an axe and his city was under attack. Who just wants to do his best, wants to protect those in need, wants to become the world's best blacksmith, and his best friend is a mouse named Waffle. And he is afraid of water because he never learned to swim, and he's wearing about 60 pounds of armor. So it's great being underwater right now.
Yes, exactly. I like how his best friend is a mouse, even though he actually has like a bunch of other people who he can now consider friends. I guess technically, though, Waffles is a much longer lived friend. Maybe not lived, but much longer acquainted friend.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have some work to do. Next, we have Cole, our second player.
How old is Waffle? How old do rats and mice live? So many questions.
10,000 years in
Actually,
Everlast.
no.
Wow.
10,000 years.
He's ancient.
Wow. I'm Cole, and I play Luxolia of the Silverwood, and sometimes I drop my my voice. And it happens. That happened last session, but this session, we'll see. She is the resident healer of the party, a Glyven from the Silverwood, and yeah, she's a shrine maiden of Amaterasu, who is pretty much the coolest kami there is. What do they call the kami, but not the kami? What are
Guardians.
The Guardians? Yeah, Guardians. But you know, Koto Matsukami, it's so funny because I know like the Glyven names for them better than the others. So Alania,
That is fitting.
is, you know, always best. I know, it's true, yeah. So yeah, she's a faithful follower of Alania, Koto Matsukami, and Amaterasu, and light is kind of her thing. She likes light, and healing people. So
Exactly.
That's it.
Connor is not here today, but he typically plays Belbin. He will be controlled by Max. So Max, if you want to go ahead and introduce Belbin, feel free.
Oh, I've had to do this before, and I don't remember what I went with. But Belbin is
Follow your heart, Max.
grumpy, crusty old man of the group
I like the crusty
who
part.
likes shenanigans maybe a little too much, but has recently been attempting to turn a new leaf, sort of. Him and Zill kind of had a moment, had a heart-to-heart after they did a little grave desiccation. So, we'll see what happens with him.
We'll see what happens.
I don't remember exactly what his class is or
He's an
his whatever
oblate.
it's
He's a
called.
martial artist.
He's a martial artist, so he punch real good. Does a lot of damage.
He does.
He's the physical Physical DPS?
He's basically Bruce Lee.
With ears and a tail.
Yeah. If
Probably the
Bruce
same
Lee
age,
was a
too.
furry,
I think of it
Don't
this
finish
way.
that.
Bruce Lee in his elderly age probably looks just as good as Belbin does in his elderly age. So maybe there's something to it.
it's a good point.
It's a very good point. Next we have Thordane, and he is actually typically played by Ikari. You guys met Ikari last week, a wonderful subscriber and follower of the channel. He is taken over for Thordane, but family issues came up, and so he is not going to be playing. Instead, he will be Thordane will be played by Dane today. So Dane, feel free.
Oh, how nostalgic this moment is. Me being back playing the formerly known man of science, sorry, elf of science. We don't know if that's the direction he's going, but today he will be a elf of science because that's how I'm used to playing him. But no, he's a wood elf who has features similar-ish, I believe, to dark elves. That could be different. I don't know. As far as I know, that's the case. And he is the ranger of the group. So, what is he? A hunter? That's a specific class.
Mm-hmm.
And so he uses his bow. He has a sweet sword that talks to him. And I just remember last week, or I guess last session, 2 weeks ago, he had a lot of positive and good things to say. Don't expect that today from him.
He's gonna be a little quiet today, I'm sure.
But the bar is low for Melvin and Thordane today.
It's true. It's true. Okay, the party's gonna pick up some slack here. But our final player is Dane with Yuki. So feel free to introduce.
Oh, hey, my name's Dane, and I am forged here at Fantasy Forge Studios, and I play the character Yuki Mistletoe. And she is I almost said Glyven. She's not a Glyven. She's a Draken of the far north city of Flamonglith. She's a silver Draken, meaning she hails from the silver dragon clans of whatnot. She is a bard, sword dancer, physical DPS. If we get into some combat today, I have some real cool stuff that I can use that I have not used yet. I unlocked it. We haven't had combat since, and so at least a combat where I can attack. And so I'm excited if we get into combat to use some of my new abilities and whatnot. But yeah, she uses 2 broadswords and just cleaves through everything. It's pretty cool. She's pretty nice.
Yeah, the one thing that I will say is I think the last session when you used your Rhythmic Lights ability, that might have been like the second time you've ever used it. So that was also kind of new too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It's very useful.
Well, great. A little bit of recap. Well, first and foremost, I'm Kyle. I am the creator of this World of Everlast and this game. We are still technically playtesting it, so don't be too askance if I kind of stop things a little bit and we have to explain some mechanics and everything to the players, as again this game is still in the process of creating. I will say though, it is getting close. We made a few changes to combat before this session, but it should be good going forward here. But again, a little bit of some. Do I still have like my copyright thing here? Yeah, I do. Haha. A little bit of copyright shenanigans. I forgot this like the past month and a half, 2 months maybe. But Fantasy Forge Studios and Kyle LaFonte all own rights of this text, image, video, audio, graphics, story, gameplay mechanics, and all intellectual properties involved in the creation of Everlast. So don't take it. Use it for all you want for your own homebrew stuff. But we want to be able to introduce this World of Everlast to you before the official release of the game. So do with that as you will. Hopefully you enjoy and see these wonderful adventures that the party is going on. But without further ado, finally into some recap. So, Eclaas Eeas, they are a group of adventurers that have made their way to the Aishan Archipelago, and they have gained possession of an elemental key, the Earth Key. They are on a mission to go gather all of the holders of the key to talk about the events that are happening in the Aishan Archipelago. Most specifically, the eruption of the volcano and the presence of evil magical sorcery that is on Aishan Island. And so they went to go out on the high seas. They are buccaneering to gather these members of the Keys, one of which being King Farrand of Feshenfey, who holds the key to the water key. They went to go recruit him and send him down to Flomberge to meet council, but he had more pressing matters, at least more immediately pressing matters at hand. His daughter, Princess Mila, had been captured by the Vile Krokora, an undersea race of nasty, kind of like eel people that live beneath the waves, that have recently started gaining sentience, and yeah, it's bad news. Essentially, they are in a feud with the Feshenfey elves over territory and also rule of the seas. And so, they kidnapped Princess Mila, took her down all the way to the depths of Talei, an ancient lost city from all the way back in the First Age, that upon basically the flooding of all of the inland straits, or basically the inland strait of Everlast, this civilization was lost to humanity, and so it's been stewing for thousands of years until the Krokora took it over and made it their stronghold. Eclaas, they made their way out into the ocean with King Farrand, and with the help of masks that allow them to breathe underwater, they plunged down into the depths, miles and miles below the sea, where it became pitch black, and they found the undersea mountain that this mountain-dwelling society used to live in. They did some investigation, found the entrance to this city, and made their way through a bunch of murky corridors, unveiling a lot of things that were there, including reef sharks and things of the kind that seemed to be prowling the corridor. Not reef sharks, mud sharks that seemed to be prowling the corridors. After some time and some investigation, finding some treasures and some mysterious voices and mystical crystals, they made their way finally out into the main part of the city itself. Elevated a little bit above, there's a walkway that descends into the ruined city. However, there is basically this murky layer, very similar to the corridors, that extends about 15 feet above the city, and you can only see kind of the top of some of the larger buildings. And in this open expanse, it is dimly lit with bioluminescent fish and basically algae and stuff, but off in the very far distance, the party were able to discover a prehistoric looking shark giant creature that seems to be prowling the waters above the city. And that is where we went ahead and left it off last time with Eclaas. In this underwater dungeon, your goal is to find Princess Mila, escape with her hopefully alive and you guys alive too, and move on to more pressing matters as far as helping the Daishan Archipelago. Leave it to you. So this is the first thing that you see, this city. And as the city, it's kind of like this big carved out dome in the middle of this mountain. And for now you can tell you're hidden, but this prehistoric shark seems to be prowling almost as if it is on a patrol of sorts. I'm going to leave it over to you guys.
Okay, so that was my first question. This prehistoric shark, it seems to have a purpose to it. It's not just like a random sea being that just happens to be chilling here.
Make a wisdom
as
skill
far as
check.
we know. Oh my gosh. Starting off hot. What is that? 9 plus 9 plus wisdom.
Is this Yuki or the man of science?
This is Yuki.
Oh, okay.
This is Yuki. Authority's gonna be a little quiet today. He'll be okay. That would be a 12.
12.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to be aimlessly swimming. You don't know if it's on the hunt for something to eat. There does seem to be a purpose for it, though.
Okay.
You're unable to tell whether it's like on a lookout, but it definitely looks like it's looking to be aggressive towards something.
Yuki whispers to the group, "Is it just me, or am I the only one who sees that?" And points up towards the shark.
You're the only one who sees it.
Oh,
I'm just kidding, because I also do.
Thank you.
I think we should avoid that at all costs if we can. Is there an obvious direction we need to be going?
You look out amongst the ruins of this city, and you don't see anything that is above. In fact, you don't see anything that would resemble Krakora. You have never seen a Krakora up until this point, and really what it looks like other than a general description. But you have yet to see any of that. But from your just basic perception of what's out and about, most likely they live beneath the murk that settles over the city.
Hold on a second. Cole pulling out the glasses. Are those real glasses?
No,
Okay.
they're just blue light glasses.
Okay.
I know they're very reflective, and I'm
I-
like, should I?
no,
Does
you're
that
fine.
matter?
You're fine. I just thought you got poo eyes suddenly, and I was just like, welcome to the club.
Nah, 2020 vision, baby.
Guys, I feel out of it. Do I need glasses?
You need to get some blue light glasses.
Your
apparently.
glasses, Max, aren't going to be blue light cutting. They're just going to be empty frames.
Yeah.
The purpose is
True.
fashion.
It's true.
Dane's
because
is
it's,
extreme
after
necessity.
10 p.m. for me.
Dane, are yours blue light cutting?
Nope.
Yeah, Dane's is
need,
out of
I need to-
necessity.
yeah.
Mine is kind of out of necessity, but also blue light cutting. Cole's is just for blue light cutting. And then Max, eventually yours is just going to be for style.
It's true. Or
Yeah,
just
so
put
you-
sunglasses on.
Yeah, there you go.
you know?
Sunglasses.
So
I wear my
Yuki
sunglasses at night.
calls out to Luxalia and says, I see that you can see in blue vision. What does your blue vision see, Luxalia?
I see an ancient shark.
Yes, we can all see that. I'm talking about where do we go?
Oh, I'm gonna look around and see what I see, and if there's anything interesting to go towards.
Make a focus skill check for me.
Heck yeah!
Hold up.
mhm.
Sorry, keep going. I'm reading Belvin's character sheet.
Hi. I'm assuming my heightened focus only applies during combat.
Maybe not. Maybe I will change it to make it to where it adds a +2 outside of combat. If you want to
Beautiful.
cast heightened focus,
At
feel
least for today.
free.
Yeah, that's gonna be an 11.
Okay. Did you cast heightened focus?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Is that a spell? I thought it was just like a thing.
Oh, is it a trait?
Like it just.
Oh, I'm gonna make it
Yeah.
an art.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, make
Cool.
sure you note that you've used one charge of that. But anyways, and so you you look around, and with that 12, you're able to see below your feet there is essentially a path that leads down into the city. It probably descends about 15 feet before it disappears beneath the murk. But if you are going to go any direction, at least in search of Princess Mila, it would be probably beneath the murk. However, you are unsure whether swimming out above this would attract the attention of the shark or not, but it is a pretty terrifying sight to see, just straight based off of what you're witnessing.
Belvin,
Luxalia?
do you see any patterns with this shark? And maybe we can like strategically move while it's not looking in our direction? Like a classic Zelda game? We're trying to break into
Belvin can
Hyrule
make a
Castle,
focus
you know what
check,
I'm
too.
saying?
You want to make a
Belvin.
focus check for Belvin.
Just gotta walk behind that guard.
Oh,
I'll
19.
never notice.
The way that this shark is moving, it doesn't seem to have any detectable pattern in the way that it's going. It's patrolling maybe, but it's not like a planned out patrol. It just seems to be swimming, looking for anything that it can see. And so at one moment it could be going straight and then immediately turn. You have no idea if this thing can be tracked, or at least if that's the case, for how long. It is a risk. It is a risk that you might have to take if you're swimming out above.
I don't know, Luxalia. This is not a Belvin voice, but we're rolling with it. I don't know, Luxalia. It's just swimming.
All right.
It's just swimming. What do you want from me?
I say we sneakily make our way down to the murkiness because that's what we came here for, and if we have to fight, gosh darn it, we'll fight. I say this
Question.
whispering quietly in the water.
Does the water dampen the noise of heavy armor enough
Yes.
to not have the penalty?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're swimming, and so
Yeah.
there's no like clink 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 that's audible. You don't know like as far as like the undersea creatures and how well they can hear, but that's the case. And actually King Farron, he chimes in and says, I do believe that's a good idea. I've never seen a creature quite like this in all of my years. And he goes ahead and he discusses, I've been alive for nearly 600 years, and being ruler of Fesh and Fey, to be honest, I've never seen anything quite this ancient. I don't know what power keeps this thing alive, or if it's even alive to begin with. But I do say we should proceed with caution if we are to make our way down into the city. I'm going to have everybody make stealth checks as you begin swimming down into the city.
Do we
Are we
still
moving
have
our way downtown?
what is
Swimming
it?
fast.
Blessing? Are we blessed? I forget. What
It
is
should be
called
marked on
these
your
days?
character sheet if you
Okay,
are.
It's not.
Okay,
Blessing
neither
is
do
hope. Hey, I have hope.
Oh yeah, hope.
We both have
Okay,
hope.
nice.
Wow.
Sorry, so this is a stealth check, you said?
This is a stealth check.
Okay.
So again, the
Thornton
way
got
that
a
hope
10.
works, you roll it if you can roll it after your first roll, but before you tell me the result of your roll.
Thornton got a
For
10.
Belvin, are we in darkness?
Yes, you are in darkness.
Okay.
And Yuki got a dirty
Well-
16.
Whew.
I know, stealthy that one. She doesn't like that shark.
15 for
12.
Zill and 13 for Belvin.
Right. And King Farron, it's up to him.
Come on. Come on.
Where do you mark whether you have hope or not?
It
The
should be
blessing.
marked the blessing right next to your stats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
so click that.
with that, the group of you are able to make your way down, and before leaving the tunnel, actually, King Farron, he extinguishes the glowing necklace that is around his neck. And in seeming darkness, it is this actually, I will note, it is brighter here than it was back in the tunnels. As there is kind of almost this eerie glow that surrounds kind of the upper. It doesn't allow you to see too far, and the only reason you can see this shark is because along the sides of its body, it has these stripes that do actually give off a bioluminescent glow. And so you're able to see it just like swimming like far off into the distance. But as you swim down very stealthily for the group of you, you descend beneath the murky lair. And now the visibility is low. You can probably see within 10 feet in front of you in all directions. But you find yourself inside what look to be the streets of a very ruined city. Think of like when we went to go visit Pompeii or any ancient ruin. These cobblestone paths were made very well and are withstanding the test of time. However, there is like this slimy moss that is on them. You don't see any evidence of footprints or anything like that, telling you that anything that's perhaps down here doesn't walk on the ground on all fours, or on two legs, but in fact swims through this place. Because it is relatively obscuring, kind of almost like a thick fog upon the city, I'm going to be having you make navigation rolls, very similar to where you were back in the tunnels. And I believe Thordane, or who was making these, I guess it depends on the marching order. What is your marching order?
I thought it was Thornton last time, but
It was Zill.
Zill was in front.
Yeah,
it was
so
Zill, wasn't it? Yeah.
marching order.
I think Zill was in front for better or for worse.
Okay. Are we keeping up with the same marching order?
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
We had someone next to Zill, was it?
Yeah, it was King
I think
Farron.
it was King
Farron,
Farron. Yeah.
And then it was Yuki.
I think it's on the side, isn't it?
Luxalia?
I mean, we can see it.
He's putting it together.
Luxalia, and then was it Thordane and Belbin at the back, or was it just Belbin at the back? I don't really remember.
I think it was just Belbin. Thordane was back there too, but not at the very back.
Okay.
Either way.
I think it was like this. Kind of like a little tail. Oh, ho, ho, yeah. Alright. Zill, I'm going to have you, for me, roll a d8.
Oh gosh. Hold on.
You got this. I believe in you, Zill.
I don't wanna.
Roll well.
Ooh, a 7.
7. You swim through the city, and as you do so, you don't hear any sort of noise other than just the swishing of water that's around you. There's almost kind of like this muting silence. You are unable to see much of anything, and it's eerie, very spooky. Almost like you were in a ghost town, but now that you've come to the realization that there's water all around you, you have even this more oppressive feeling of no escape from the current situation that you're in. You make your way probably 10, 20 minutes through these streets. You see a number of ruined buildings completely fallen to ruin, roofs caved in, stone structures, basically doorways and pillars are all that's left. All of you look around you to see if there is anything that is watching you. I'm going to have each of you make focus skill checks for me.
It's a natural 1 for Yuki. For a total of 4. Okay. And Thordane's a little better. Thordane.
6 for Zill, 18 for Belvin.
14 for...
Unnatural 16.
Okay. And King Farrand, he got a 12. As you continue to move through these waters, you're very jumpy, specifically, Yuki. Every little thing that moves, whether it's a fish or something, it just, you can tell that there's kind of this overwhelming sense of darkness that surrounds this area. And maybe it's perhaps just the fear of the unknown, but you gain 1 point of weariness as you make your way through these streets.
Okay.
However,
weariness, what is that? What is that specifically?
It's like your not weariness.
Well, weariness is a level that I can do.
Yeah, not weariness.
Is that what it is? Creature gains shadow.
Well, like
Not
despair.
shadow, misery.
Despair. Yeah, misery.
Misery.
Yes. Gain a point of misery. You continue to make your way through probably about another 20 minutes until you can actually see a small clearing above you. And you see that you have actually made your way to the far northern part of the city. And the rock edifice of this interior wall of this mountain begins to rise before you. But you look down and you find yourself in this small little courtyard. The ruins of this place look to be... I'm gonna have you all make knowledge skill checks for me.
Does this have to do with religion at all?
Yeah, it could be have to do with religion.
Thordane got a dirty 16, and Yuki got a 15.
Knowledge. 14 for Belvin and 14 for Zill.
6 for King Farrand.
The heck? King Farrand, you should know better.
You guys are rolling really well. FYI, 15s are like 19s in D&D, so...
Well, I'll tell you, I rolled a natural 1 and got a point of shadow, so speak for yourself.
True.
Emboldened does what again?
Emboldened's a +2 to the roll.
Sweet. Oh yeah. Okay. That's gonna be a low roll still, but knowledge is 3 + 2, plus 9.
9. You look around, and Yuki, you got the 16, right?
Thordain did. Yuki got
Thordain,
15.
he begins to swim around and kind of investigate the ruins a little bit, and he's able to discern, based off of the statue that stands in the middle of this courtyard, that this looks to be a place of importance. If you wouldn't have known any different, this is most likely the nobles district of this ancient city. Actually, now that you look closer, the architecture itself seems less man-made and more elven.
Interesting. Thordain scratches his chin. Why? This is of the elven kin. Interesting. I shall science this. And he looks and sees if he can science anything out of it.
Yeah, he looks around and he sciences. These, based off of his really, really good roll, he's able to determine that the rubble of this area, based off of first glance, seems newer than all of the construction of the older areas. Still ancient, don't get me wrong, still ancient and crumbled to time, but it does seem a bit newer. There is one structure that stands at the far end that is completely intact. In fact, it almost looks like time itself has not passed through this structure, but you see before you a large manor, and it seems to have all of its windows shut and the door closed tight.
Suspicious indeed. King Farrand, what do you have to say about such things? It seems quite new, and it seems intact.
King Farrand, he swims up and he investigates the building a little bit. Well, he's gonna make a roll.
The way is shut.
Good roll.
It was made for those who are dead.
He looks to it and says, "Ah, yes. Now this architecture, I have seen bits of it. Some of the older buildings in Fesh and Fey are made with a very similar design. And in fact, the rest of you look at it, and it actually kind of has these like sleek features. This is the crafting style of a Shalinthilian culture. For those of you who don't know, well, actually, make knowledge checks for me to see if you do know.
What's the name of this place again?
Talei.
13 for Thordain, 9 for Yuki.
That you can get a +2, Luxalia. You get in bold.
That's what I like to hear.
13
16.
for Zill and 13 for Zill and 8 for Belbin.
Okay. Luxalia, you haven't ever really visited much of a Shalinthil culture. All you know is that it's very ancient. Back when you were studying in at the Shrine of Amaterasu, this was actually something that was brought to your attention. So the Galaivans, when they made their way up from the southern continent, essentially their faith and their religion was turned away from worship of nature deities and pagan creatures, but instead they started assigning religious terms to things that they know and that were common with, such as these pagan creatures and pagan deities, to the various religious archetypes and guardians that exist within the Alamanic faith and the Alamanic culture. From what you know, based off very ancient texts, a Shalinthil, it was essentially basically the hub of all of art, history, creation, and from the beginning of time after the initial war that was fought over basically good and evil, where the Drakons became Drakons and the Elves became Elves, the kingdom of Shalinthil erected as basically the victorious city of the Elves, where the Alamanic tradition was made. And so this essentially everything that you know about basically that time and history and religious texts would show you that perhaps this building, one of the reasons that this building is as immaculate as it is, and with the kind of the Shalinthil culture, is perhaps it was marked with a specific blessing that allowed it to not decay over time. So most likely the building is just as old as the surrounding ruins, but it has not fallen to decay because of certain blessings that have been placed on the structure itself. That was a lot.
Nice.
Sorry.
I relay that to the group. That's okay. Wait, so is Shalenthil is a current city that still exists, yes?
It does not, no. So it was the basically the high seat of the elves way back in the First Age, and then when the Great Sea basically took over and wiped out all of everything in the in the Inland Strait, it fell to ruin, and it wasn't until actually pretty recent in the Third Age that the Aishan Archipelago ruins of the ancient kingdom of Shalenthil have started to rise. And so Flomberge, from what you guys heard, like briefly, back when you were speaking with Nalgora Cragheim, actually sits on the seat of where Shalenthil used to be. And so the old elven city is now basically the gold Draken fortress. But it's essentially Shalenthil still technically buried beneath the island to some degree underneath. It just Flomberge is built on top of it.
Okay. So this isn't the ancient city.
This isn't the ancient city of Shalenthil, but it has iconography and structures of that, meaning most likely there was empire, conquest, or expansion of some kind from the people of Shalenthil all the way up the Inland Strait to this point. You're unsure which of those it is, but yes.
Okay. I relay that to the group. What does this mean for us going forward? That it's not new? I guess.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a
that-
problem. I think more so the problem is the fact that the Krakora have control of this ancient civilization. I think
Shalenthil was elves, right?
Yes.
Like original elves.
The original elves. And then from there, I guess you probably would know a little bit of just like the history. Maybe not you, Zil, but Luxalia Thordain for sure would know. Maybe Yuki would as well. But the elves, the way that they were created, it was basically like one race of elves, and then over time, different cultures began to form. And so the original elves, they sailed from Shalenthil to the point of where Feshin Fey was. And then there were a number of them that fell in love with the sea and the area there, and so some of them stayed put and erected the city of Feshin Fey. So technically, of the remaining cities or the current cities that there are, Feshin Fey is the oldest. Of all of that, the dawn of the Second Age, when basically the Great Flood happened, Feshin Fey was established. The other elves, looking for kind of a more promised land, they began searching far and wide. Some of them broke off and went into the forests to the south, which formed the Wood Elves, where the rest of them made their way up to where Hightower is now, and that's the high seat of the elves. And so the ruler, those of the Elamnic tradition, of the Order of Amandalius, they actually established the city of Hightower as kind of the seat of power. And then from there were some time passed, and there was some of the elves that decided to go north and make some exploration, which those eventually became the Vaildun elves, who basically are now, from what you guys know, on the brink of extinction. But anyway, so the Hightower elves, basically, they are the most rooted to the Order of Shalenthil, or the Order of Amandalius and the original High Kings of Shalenthil.
Okay. Well, I don't like that the Krakora have control over this place. And Yuki turns to King Farrand. I mean, we have our mission right now, saving Princess Mila. However, I think there should be something done about liberating this ancient city down here.
I mean, it is underwater. I don't know if it's really being used.
But it's just such a shame that the history is not just washed away. If it was ruins, ruins are ruins, but the fact that it's inhabited by such vile creatures, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Fair enough.
I see where you're
What?
coming from, Yuki, but is it really? Don't we have bigger issues at the moment?
No, I'm not talking about us, Zill. I'm talking. She's more directing her attention at King Farron.
Oh,
I just think
yeah.
it's a shame. I don't know what can be done about it, but maybe in the future it can be preserved, right? And Thordane's like, astute, Yuki.
Yeah, Thordane
That's
would be pretty on board with everything that you're saying. However, King Farron, he says, he responds to you. I understand, Yuki, that, well, and even myself, I look upon this structure, I look upon this building, and I can't help but yearn for investigation of it. And I understand what you're saying when it comes to losing a piece of our culture, losing a piece of our history to the creatures that are as vile. But we did come here for the mission to find my daughter. That must be accomplished before we do anything else. And who
Well,
knows, maybe our journey down here, if we can, well, also dispatch of whatever Krakora are down here as well, that might go a long way to be able to help eradicate this place of, well, the host. But it is an entire civilization of creatures, which oddly enough we haven't seen, which does make me nervous.
Should we investigate the house at the very least? I mean, it seems to be closed up, but I don't know. I get a strange feeling that maybe there's answers lying inside.
Well, Princess Mila could be anywhere within the city. I find that this structure, well, it does shield us from being able to know if something's there. I think we need to at least check all of the boxes and at least look to see if there's anything that at least could lead us in the direction of my daughter, if not finding my daughter. But do know where my daughter is, most likely Throlaka is. Have you guys heard of Throlaka? Have I introduced Throlaka?
No.
Who's that, King Farron?
What's a Thrulaka? That sounds terrifying.
Throlaka is the king or the ruler. They don't really necessarily have kings, but the chieftain of all the Krakora. He's the most intelligent of all of them, and, well, it is because of him that the Krakora have made their way from mere animalistic creatures to a more sentient being. He's ancient. Not as ancient as I guess, but he is cunning. And most likely, he has taken my daughter as an invitation for me to come down here to find him. Meaning, my daughter is not going to be placed solely by herself, most likely. If I were a smart elf, I would be prepared in anywhere we attempt to enter.
Yuki takes out her swords, approaches the house. Is
Wait,
it
no, let Belvin do his thing. He's good at picking locks, right?
But I want a donkey kick, Luxalia.
Now is not the time, Yuki.
Yuki.
Do you
Yuki,
see that giant shark?
I can handle this.
Okay, Belbin, if you can't do it, you got my legs to rely on.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. First and foremost, Belbin, I'm going to have him make a focus skill check. So his first roll is going to be a focus skill check to see if it is trapped or anything like that, or locked or whatever the case.
13.
13. You investigate the doors, or Belbin investigates the doors, and he sees that there doesn't seem any kind of detectable traps. But there is a large keyhole that does reside. A very simple looking keyhole. And as he reaches, do you reach for the doorknob to see if it's locked?
Yeah.
He places his hand on the doorknob, and it feels cold to the touch. Just kind of odd. I mean, it's cold down here to begin with because you're so deep beneath. but it doesn't seem to cause any kind of harm or anything. And as Belbin begins to twist the handle, it's met with immediate resistance. This door is locked.
Starts to lockpick it.
Okay. I'm going to have you make a stealth check for me.
And this is why we don't have Zill roll for anyone.
I don't know
Let's
if
see
that's
what I
good or
would have
bad.
rolled.
Nat 1.
Sweet.
Yeah, as you attempt to try to pick the lock of this door, you realize that the mechanism inside seems to be, well, you can't really feel a mechanism inside. You have no idea why. I'm gonna have you make a wisdom skill check for me.
Can Luxalia try to determine whether it's magically locked?
Yeah, make an
10.
elemental skill check for me. 10.
Nice.
Belbin, he kind of leans down and peers in the hole. He asks King Farron to come over to shed a little bit of light on the situation, to which King Farron illuminates his necklace and kind of so Belbin can see a little bit more. What was that, Luxalia?
Hey, help me out, King.
8.
I can't see.
So, Luxalia, as you're investigating, you don't sense any immediate signs of elemental presence, but something does seem elemental within the general vicinity, but not necessarily this door. Yes, Belbin, he looks into
Seems mental.
he looks into the hole, and he can see that the mechanism itself is completely encased in ice. Any key that would fit into this hole most likely would not actually work.
Guys, we have a little bit of a problem.
Belbin, are you calling on me? And Yuki twiddles her thumbs together and looks bashfully. Do you need some help, Belbin?
The door's frozen shut.
Okay, she donkey kicks it.
Make a physical skill check for me. This is going to be at despair.
Oh yeah. Ah, what the heck? That's not terrible.
Oh man.
11 plus 6, 17.
17. You give one kick. Boom! And as you do, like the door itself shakes. But you are frustrated as your leg moves through the water. You can tell it's not as strong as it otherwise would have been. And it impacts the door, and there's a small little poof and kind of like a shake. From what you can tell, it maybe did something, but you take 2 points of impact damage from this hit. It does seem to have loosened it slightly.
Can someone give me a hand? Maybe assist me? And she winds up for another donkey kick.
I look around and I try to see if there's anyone that we're like alerting.
Make a focus skill check for me, Luxalia.
Does anyone want to help me? And Yuki attempts to hit a second one.
5.
No.
Who can say?
Okay, alright.
Who can say?
Well,
The-
that was
the
a
noise
natural
you-
16 plus 6, so...
You will notice, Luxalia, that there doesn't seem to be like a ton of noise coming from these donkey kicks, but again, you don't know how good of hearing any creatures underneath here actually have. And so, to you, it doesn't sound super loud, but it could be. Yuki, what was your...
Well, I had to roll twice. It's a despair because no one decided to help me. If someone helped me, it would have been a natural 16. But since no one had helped me, it was
If
a
you
dirty
were
16.
patient, I
It was
might
a
have
dirty
helped
16.
you.
Yeah.
Dirty 16?
Yeah. Dirty 16.
That's still good. You donkey kick and boom. You can hear an audible crack. You take 3 points of impact damage. It's not completely open yet, but it does seem to be opening. Maybe 1 or 2 good kicks would keep it in.
Third time's a charm. Is anyone gonna help me, please? And she kicks
How about
I
Gordon?
guess.
it. Zill, that would be very much appreciated.
Talia is gonna take Belvin and like do a perimeter around to see if there's another point of entry.
Make a physical skill check.
Well, that was a
Or not
natural
physical.
16, so
Physical for Yuki, and
that's
then
yeah. So that's a 22.
focus skill check. Luxalia. 22. Oh my gosh, yeah. With one last, basically, Zill,
22.
you shove your whole body against it as Yuki just donkey kicks. Yuki, you take.
Belvin was helping, not Zill.
Oh, Belbin was helping. You take 1 point of impact damage, Yuki, and Zill just shoves it, and he takes 1 point of impact damage as he shoves his whole body against this door, and the door doesn't fly open, but it, like as
Belvin
much as
was
it
helping.
could, it just kind of opens slightly as basically the center door frame is completely splintered and cracked in half. You look into a actually decently blue lit room. You Luxalia, what was your check? For focus?
17.
17. Yeah, you go around the perimeter. This is a decently large kind of manor, but you don't see any other ways in. If anything, you look even into the windows. The windows themselves seem to almost be frozen shut. You can't see through them. There's kind of like almost like this foggy hue to them as you look in. But you do eventually make your way around to the front, and you're able to see inside what everyone else sees. And there's a kind of a soft blue glow that's within this room. Kind of eerie, but this immediately pings your attention, Luxalia. This is what you are feeling from earlier. There is very, very evidently ice elemental energy that is radiating from this room, almost as if it is like a freezer of some kind, and it is cold. As like the water itself hasn't completely frozen, but as you look in, you can see that there is pretty much all furniture and all rooms have been completely demolished and basically put aside. There's a bunch of broken furniture that's around the sides of the room, and you can see out in front of you a floor that is completely covered in ice. There are 4 statues that are erected on either side, and each of them look to be of demonic looking creatures that are maybe angelic at first glance, but almost kind of like with wicked bat wings, and there's ice that's crawling up the side of them. You're able to see a number of crates too placed throughout the room, and also a large cubed ice blocks.
This reminds me of a dungeon of sorts. It turns to the rest of the party. Should we enter? Should we go inside? It feels nice to me. I like the cold.
The cold bothered me anyway.
It never bothered me. Never bothered me.
I'm so glad. But yeah, I guess I'll follow. Do you have an extra coat, anyone?
No, I don't. But let's go in. And we go in. And we do the thing.
Does my necklace of fire that I have definitely on my person, does that keep me warm?
Necklace of fire? You mean storms? There's a storm necklace.
Yeah, you got the pendant.
Yep.
No. Your
Never
necklace
mind.
of storms does not help.
Dang it.
All right, Belbin. All right, Zill. Come on in.
All right, they are.
Come on in. Thordane, what are you doing? What's taking you so long? Why are you just twiddling your thumbs? Let's go.
He does. He follows inside.
We were intended to do this because there's a map for it, everyone.
Of course.
So the donkey kick was ideal.
Where'd you find the map?
No, this is just what you all are seeing.
Well, it's what
No,
we
I
see.
I'm just staying in character.
But you make
The
your
map
way.
is what you see in front of us.
You make your way into this room, all of you. It's large and it's quite expansive, and it is cold. I'm gonna have all of you make fortitude survival checks for me. Yuki, you have.
Do I have to?
You do not need to.
I'm just that sick.
Frickin' freeze to death.
Feels nice in here. You guys need to toughen up. Fortitude.
Oh, nice.
Oh, freaking Thordain's got good for it. What the heck? 17 for Thordain.
14.
15 for Belbin. 15 for Zoe.
Jeez, you guys.
14 for Luxalia.
King Farron, there's like an audible, like a visual chill that like goes down his spine, and you can tell that he is kind of bracing himself as he kind of wraps his cloak around himself. It doesn't help all that much, but you can tell that he's suffering and struggling a bit from this. But you come
I
into
go up to King Farron and I rub his back, help warm him up in a loving, feminine way.
Make a piety skill check for me.
Oh yeah! There, King Farron. Piety. I'm pretty good at piety, I think.
I like pie.
16.
16.
Unnatural.
Yeah, as you essentially begin to kind of rub his shoulders, there's kind of like this heat that begins to transfer from your hands like into his body, like almost as if it's like emitting light, but instead of like visible light, like it's like the warmth of light has beginning to flood into his body a little bit, and he's able to shake the chills for a moment. You have saved him from continuously having to make fortitude survival checks.
Nice.
But you make your way into this room, completely submerged. The room is still submerged in water, and so you can swim about as you will. It's 15 to 20 feet in height, and these statues reach almost completely to the ceiling. These ice blocks, they're about 10 feet high and 5 feet wide. And so they're not perfect cubes, they're kind of elongated cubes. You look into the room to see if you can uncover anything. I'm going to have you make focus or wisdom skill checks, each of you.
This just looks like a freaking Zelda puzzle to me. Just looking at this. Focus or wisdom.
Focus or wisdom?
Focus
Well,
or
they're the
wisdom.
same.
Yes.
But Thornton's
7.
gonna go focus. That is a natural 1 for Yuki and a 13 for Thornton.
Okay. Perfect.
Zill got a 11.
Okay.
Belbin got a nat 16.
Nice.
Let's go.
It evens out my natural 1.
And Luxalia, what was yours?
7.
7. You make your way into the room and you begin to investigate as you swim around. You can see that there are there's ellipse on all sides of the room, where these blocks seemingly can be pushed to various degrees. In the center of the room, there are small kind of little ice kind of corridors that are up. But Belbin, he notices that there are actually inside of each ice block, there seems to be on the ground beneath the ice block, as he peers in, numbers associated with each of them, as well as numbers associated with a bunch of what look to be very, very frozen pressure plates on the ground.
What do you make of it, Belbin? What do we need to do?
I think we need to put the ice block on its corresponding pressure plate. I assume Melvin pointed it out.
And Thornton
Thanks,
says,
Melvin.
"That's an astute observation." Very scientific of you to be able to figure that out. But the rest of you kind of look around to see like how like mechanically like how this would look and how it would work. Do any of you have any ideas?
Yuki gives the block a push. The first one.
Yeah,
Which one?
I help.
Number 1 towards the north side, going up.
Yuki, you make your
Sure
way
you don't wanna
over
read?
to this block, and Luxalia, you come kind of in tow. But Yuki, as you begin to push, immediately your hand doesn't freeze to the block, but this glowing blue comes and shoots up your arm and fills your body completely. You actually now produce this kind of mystical glow around you.
Nice.
And the block glows the exact same color. Luxalia, you come up in order to attempt to help push, and you're immediately pushed back 5 feet in the opposite direction.
What the heck?
Interesting.
Hey, Belvin, I dare
by
you
the way,
to
you
touch
push.
number 2.
You push. Yuki, I'm going to have you make a physical skill check for me.
All right.
What are you daring me, Yuki?
I'm
Well,
glowing.
Yuki,
Look at me.
Luxalia?
Look, I'm glowing.
I dare you to push the one that has the Roman numeral 2 on it.
That's a dirty 16.
Dirty 16.
Yeah.
The ice block is moved all the way until boom, it hits this this platform over here.
Nice. Wow, did you see how far I pushed that, everyone? It's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Which are the
impressive.
Romans?
Good luck getting it on 1 now.
Well, I mean, maybe looks all if you push number 2 to the left, I could push number 1 back and then go against the ice wall and then push it into the number 1 spot.
Belvin, I dare you. Dude, and you're cool. Dude, and you're
What's
cool.
the Roman numeral? Who are the Romans?
The
the
one
Roman-
with the 2 eyes.
Is it looking at me?
No, like the letter I. Like a capital I. As in, like, I am tired of waiting for you to push this
Just
block.
someone push it, please, for Pete's sake. What is going
Belvin
on?
will go up and push number 2 this way.
Okay. So Belbin makes his way up. I'm going to have him make a physical skill check.
Is it pretty easy to walk on the ice for us?
We're swimming.
You can swim over it. You don't have to necessarily walk on the ice.
All right, we're swimming.
Mm.
Physical?
Physical skill check.
Holy crap! Belvin's physical modifier.
It's big.
He's pretty jacked.
He has no elemental.
I got an 11. I rolled a 4.
Whoa.
He pushes,
No, wait.
and it makes its way all the way up to the top.
What
And
the
then-
heck, Belby? You pushed it the wrong way.
Oh no, he
No, it's
sorry.
gonna go over here.
He pushes it, and boom, it doesn't move in any direction. It seems to be locked within.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just moved the map.
It's okay.
Belvin, come on now.
Where
What are you
go,
doing?
Belvin?
It seems to be
on.
locked in this position, so you're unable to move it upward. There is a platform.
Are we gonna
also.
pretend that we didn't just see the little wall next to it?
Push
Yeah.
it to the left for Pete's sake.
Yeah, he's
Push it
still
to the
on.
left. Belby, what are you
can't.
doing?
Belvin's gonna try pushing it this way.
He can't. There's a wall there.
We don't know there's
It's
a
not.
wall
It's
there,
not.
Luxalia.
It's like it's a little like 3-foot lip, like that
Wait, can we
extends
see
from
it?
the ground. Yeah, you can see it.
So we can,
Yes!
oh, okay. So Belvin's gonna push it this way towards the crate then.
All right.
What the heck? Why?
Belbin does, and
Why
he pushes,
not?
and as he
Push it
places his hands on it, he immediately becomes to be his arms and everything, and goes through his body. This block begins to glow yellow, and so does he. And just as it bumps into this crate,
Why am I
and
yellow?
the crate itself, you can hear an audible crack to the crate, like, but it does hold still, and the block is pushed 5 feet in that direction.
I go to the third one that with the 3 eyes on it, and I push it north.
Okay. You do so, Luxalia. And as you do so, you begin to glow in a green light.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, make a physical skill check for me.
Oh. I'm not very physically strong. That's okay. Oh, actually, I'm not too bad. 16.
16. The block moves and lands on that side there.
Nice.
Okay. You are now glowing along with your block a nice green hue.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Zill will go and push 4 this way.
Zill, you make your way over to the bottom of this block, and you make one heave, and as you connect and your hands are placed upon this block, you begin to glow a purple hue, and so does your block.
It was destined.
Make a physical skill check for me.
Ooh, guys, I rolled good. 19.
Nice.
19.
I like to hear.
You
Wow.
push this block 5 feet in this direction, and boom, this crate immediately shatters. But your block stops in the space before.
All right.
You pushed too hard.
It can only go one way, Luxalia. What do you want from me?
There's number 5. Thordain's like, haha, number 5. I got that one.
Okay.
Which way should I push it, my fellow comrades?
I think you should push it.
To
I don't know. Let me think about it.
To the left or down? It seems anticlimactic pushing it to the right, but maybe we could push it to the right. Actually, you know what? Pushing it to the right might be an astute observation there. The more I think about it, he's gonna push it to the right.
Like this direction?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we move the crates?
You could attempt to.
Alright.
Thordain pushes.
I won't.
Okay, okay. Thordain pushes. Oh wait, he glows blue, and so does his block.
Blue? There you go.
Make a physical skill check for me, Thordain.
Oh my gosh.
Are
That's
we
not
the
bad.
Power Rangers?
That's not bad. Physical? That is a 14.
14.
Okay.
He pushes it, and it smacks against this crate, and immediately you hear an audible crack. However, just as soon as this happens, the entire room fades to darkness.
Oh, nuts.
Oh. Right.
It was a trap!
Oh no.
And you find yourself back in front of your specific blocks, but everything has been reset.
Wow.
Oh,
We failed.
I just blacked out for a second.
Oh my gosh.
Is that because we tried to move a block? Or a crate?
Can I
I don't
deduce
think
why
anyone
this
tried
happened?
to. Yeah, go ahead and make a knowledge skill check.
Oh my gosh. This is Thordain, not Yuki, because Yuki does not care.
Yuki's just
Knowledge, you said?
yeah, knowledge skill check.
Okay. So that would be a 12 for Thordain.
A 12. You seem to have done something in the wrong order.
I think we should only push one at a time.
Was that what you're doing?
No, but like we should put one at a time, like in its pressure plate before we touch the next one.
Are we still glowing, by the way?
You are still glowing, and you are all attached to your specific
Okay, blocks. Gotcha. Okay,
So I think you need to put yours on its pressure plate before Belvin touches his.
Okay, well, Yuki then, let's see, what's she gonna do? So obviously forward was the wrong move. She's gonna push it to the left. Is what she's gonna do.
So you make your way over. Make a physical skill check.
That is a 12.
A 12. The block travels in this direction, and immediately everything fades to dark. And you find
Oh
yourself-
my gosh. So I guess we were correct with the pushing forward at the very least. We were right until the very end, I think. So should we all just push where we were gonna push?
I guess.
Yeah, we'll do our original pushers, except for Thordane's push.
Let's see what happens. Push it forward again.
Yeah, she pushed it forward.
Can make a physical skill check.
Oh my gosh. That is a 15.
Boom. The crate makes its way all the way over to that small little lip platform.
Yeah.
I see. Well, looks like we should push everything in the order except for you, Thordane. What are you doing?
Wait, try pushing yours again.
Yuki pushes it to the right, I guess.
Yeah, you're able to swim, so you're able to go up on top, and because of the height of this basically crate, or not crate, block, you're able to kind of hover up on top, and you can actually use the statue behind it as leverage, meaning the DC is going to be smaller for your physical skill check.
There you go. Okay.
FYI, if you get
that
leverage, you can
is-
get the DC's lower.
That's a natural 15.
Okay.
Plus whatever needs to be. Plus 6. So 21.
The block impacts this crate and completely destroys it, stopping in the space ahead, and then all fades to black.
Yep. All right.
Gosh darn it.
So let's just do it in the order that we did it first, right? So that makes lots
All
of
right,
sense.
sure.
All right, we do that. So Yuki pushes
Um,
forward. Number 2 gets pushed to the right. Number 3.
Hold on. All right, so Yuki pushes forward. Make a physical skill
Yep.
check.
Yeah.
That is another natural 15 again. So 21.
Boom. Belbin, make a physical skill check.
Oh, 10.
Puzzles.
10. Boom, and you can see that it impacts this crate. However, make a focus skill check for me, Belbin.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh. What's his modifier? 15.
Focus.
The crate that you had originally rammed this into seems to be freshly splintered. It seemed to, when the room went dark, it seemed to have repaired itself.
Oh. Interesting.
So the
Wow.
whole room reset.
Hey, Belvin, try moving a crate. See what happens.
Does he try?
Alvin's gonna go grab the crate it hit and to pull it this way.
He moves over here, and as he reaches out to touch, he's immediately thrown 5 feet back in the opposite direction.
Well, there you go.
He's
There's our
unable to interact with anything else in the room than his block.
Nice.
Okay, well, looks all in.
Alright.
I guess you push your block.
Yeah, I'll push mine now.
Okay, make a physical skill check.
Yeah.
This could,
Wow.
yeah, you technically have leverage because there's a block, or there's a crate behind you, but so it's lower. But
Sick. 7.
the crate impacts the far corner up in the upwards direction.
Nice.
Wow. I did it.
Zil,
Somehow.
I'm gonna push it.
make physical skill check.
Who let Zill outside? 7.
Boom. It hits and it shatters this crate.
That is 7. Wow.
And Thordane
That crate's
pulls number
weak.
5 towards him.
What's that?
Thordane pulls number 5 towards him.
It is, you are unable to actually move it in any direction as you attempt to push.
Oh.
You have no leverage or anything as you attempt to swim this thing.
Can he swim over the top of it and attempt to push off the wall? Is that something he could do?
Yeah, he could absolutely. So if you want to push it downwards,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he wants
yeah,
to
he
do.
can do that. And
Okay,
because
he's
he
gonna do
has leverage too, he's able to make this with a lower DC. So physical skill check.
So that is 10.
10. It hits, completely demolishing this crate.
Okay.
Nice.
But it didn't fade to black. So that's good.
All right, Yuki, you're up.
What should I do? Should I push it? Should I pull
You
it?
should push it in a direction.
Well, yeah, but... Yuki's thinking she can't push it, so the only way I can push it is to the right.
Yeah, but it went black last time.
I know, but there's no other direction I could push it unless I push it back to where it started.
Yeah, that's true. I
The
guess.
predicament. Yuki pushes it to the right.
All right, make a physical skill check.
Pushing off of the statue. That's a 16. Dirty 16.
16. Boom! It hits this crate, completely shattering it.
All right.
Oh, yeah. And it all fits black. No, it doesn't.
Wow. Okay, so we have to do it in order, it looks like.
All right.
Belbin. Don't screw up.
You got it, Belvin.
Belvin's gonna take his and push it right here. This way.
What? How?
Wait,
He's
He's
assigned
gonna
to
come on
number
this
2.
side and push it this way.
He's assigned to number 2.
Oh, he's number 2. Dang it! I thought he was number 1. Oh,
He's number 1 in our
puzzles.
hearts.
Whoever's number 1, that's
Where is
him.
number 2? Oh, so it's got to go up, looks like.
Up like this way,
Yeah.
or
In order
Does
to get
it?
to its pedestal, but
because its pedestal is
Or you
here.
go right.
yeah, it's up in the top corner, right?
So I'm wondering if I should take it this way, then over.
Yeah, that might be
Ah.
something.
No, that's
5th
four.
grade puzzles.
Four there.
That's a little more advanced than that.
I'm puzzled.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take it this way, right here.
All right, go ahead and make a physical skill check.
18.
What's his modifier, by the way?
7.
He can't possibly fail. So, you don't need to make
Yeah.
physical skill
Great.
checks
Nice.
for Belbin.
Yuki
Realize
too.
Bell.
Yeah, Yuki too, I guess.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, so it pushes and it impacts. Next.
I will push it west.
Make your way over here. I'm gonna have you make a physical skill check. You don't have any leverage at this point.
Okay. 17. Nice.
Zil.
Oh.
You
what
got
is
it,
that?
Zill.
You got this. I believe in you.
You just gotta get it there. No pressure.
I'm thinking.
Under pressure.
I'm thinking.
I think.
We're gonna push it. Oh crap! Where am I gonna push this thing?
Because if you go up and then west and then south and then east and then north and then east and then north, then you can go west and hopefully get it in there. How's that? Or
That
not,
will
dude.
get it there. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way, towards here.
Okay. So you make your way here. Make a physical skill check. You do have a leverage.
What does leverage give me?
Just it reduces the DC.
Work out first.
9.
9. Boom, and it impacts, and everything fades to black.
No!
Max, I said push up. You went west.
Can we
okay.
redo that all and just roll?
Well, for those who need to roll, they need to roll, but those who don't, they
I
don't.
know. Yuki's gonna push up.
I have a question. Is 6 high enough?
You have no idea. You know 7 is a
Okay.
guaranteed pass, so. Wait,
Right,
is six
that's why I was asking,
is
is
6
six-
high enough?
よかった
Yeah.
ありがとうござい
'Cause
ま
my
す
strength gets down as a 6.
Whose physical is a 6?
Physical, not strength.
Thank you, Kami.
Oops, oh, yeah.
Fi-
Oh.
Physical.
Oh.
Mine's only 5.
Never mind. It's not that good. I lied. My bad.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I know how to play this game.
Zill, you automatically pass yours as well if that's the case.
I got a strength of 5.
So I have to make
Or
checks.
physical of 5.
And so Belbin
We
pushes his
playing
this
up
way.
ago?
Boom. Luxalia, go ahead and make a physical skill check.
Bless you.
Thank you.
14.
14. This hits Zill.
Was I adding 6 the whole time? Yes, I apologize. I was wrong.
And this crate breaks Zill as you push yours up. You guys are doing the same movements, right?
Yep.
Thordain?
Yeah.
What's
Yep.
Thordain's modifier?
Thordain's got a roll. He got a 9 plus something, so it passes. 9 plus 1, 10.
Boom, it hits this crate down and then
Oh.
explodes this one. Alright. Which brings us to the top of the round again. Which
Yuki
Thordain
pushes
should be
to
here.
the left.
Boom. And
not
this
bad.
crate explodes. Belbin, push down.
Yeah.
Luxalia,
I pushed left,
make
but
a physical skill check.
my guy 4.
4. You are unable to push it, and
Oh
the
my
room
God.
goes to black.
Oh my
Dang
god.
it!
Freaking Luxalia.
Ah!
Alright. Can we just fast forward through this? Dear Lord.
I'll just make 2 checks. Hold on. Don't worry about it. 16.
Thordain's got to roll 2.
Yeah.
13.
Thordain's
Okay.
8
got
plus
a roll.
1. 8 plus 1.
Oh my gosh.
And then 13 plus 1, 14.
What is the king doing?
Apparently,
He's
he's
cold.
just watching.
He's just laughing at us.
He can't do anything. He
King, do you
can't
wanna
touch
help
anybody's
me
blocks.
out?
He can't touch anybody's
Oh,
blocks.
yeah.
He's moral
Do you-
support.
You want to give me moral support?
So Belvin's gonna push boom, boom. Zill's going to boom, break. Xalia's going to boom, boom, because you passed both of those.
Yeah.
Thordain's going to boom,
Actually, if you have to manually reset this the entire time.
break. Oh yeah, I know. So he broke that one. So we're gonna go to Zill because we never made it this far. Zill, what are you doing now?
Push it up. Push it up. I believe in you, Zell.
So I've tried west and it hasn't worked, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's try this way. Right here.
And it stops. You wait for a moment. Nothing fades to black.
Sweet.
Oh, huzzah.
Thordane, what is he doing? Where's he pushing his block?
Yeah. So he's number 5. So Thordane's curious. He's gonna push it. He's gonna push it west.
Do it.
Make
Don't
a
push it
physical skill
west.
check for me. No leverage.
Yeah, that is a 7.
Boom. He hits this crate and it explodes. You wait for
Nice.
a moment.
Nice.
Things are still as they are.
Yeah, heck yes. All right, nice.
All right.
Yuki.
So bear with me, everyone. If I push it to the east, and I can push it down and push it up, I think that's our best course of action.
I agree. Push it east.
Yeah. Push it east. She does.
All right, she does. Boom, and it hits this crate. Or not this crate, this statue. You wait for a moment, and everything fades to black.
Ah!
What?
Ah!
That was looking good. Oh god. And the sandwich that the king's been eating disappears from his stomach and it resets every time. Deja vu.
Only if you
It's
found the
fine.
sandwich inside the room.
Wait, he has a sandwich?
Yeah, he does. He does now.
All right,
It's
all right,
become
all right.
canon.
What were your
We-
rolls
okay,
for
all
Thordane
right,
and
all right.
Luxalia?
Thordane, 14.
13 and 15.
8, and 9. So that puts us back to where Yuki pushed. It should at least.
So, boom, boom.
Wait, you took out the wrong crate, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Freaking puzzle.
Zil, Luxalia. At least you're not getting damaged every time.
That's true.
That's what would have happened if you all failed your initial roll coming in here.
Oh, man.
Well, Yuki's just sick.
Just
Yuki
boom,
is just
boom.
sick.
And then Thordane comes and breaks
Good thing
this
I
crate.
rubbed King Farron's back.
Yeah, that was good. That was nice moral support.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
All right. That's where we're at. Yuki, we're back here with you.
Yeah, she's gonna push it down, I guess. Or wait, hold up. Before she pushes it down.
You can't.
Before she
can't
pushes
push
it
it
down,
down.
she can't.
You can't put
So
it
she
down.
has to push it up. That's the only.
Have you tried
feasible
pulling
way.
it or pushing it this way?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
You don't
We
get
gotta push
any
it up.
leverage when you
Have
pull.
you tried a diagonal?
Can we do diagonal? Is that something we could do?
There's no diagonal movements.
All right.
I
we're
will
pushing
tell
it
you
north.
that. I will tell you that. There's no diagonal movements.
We're pushing it north.
All right. You do so. When there's a visible crack in this crate, but the crate remains.
Nice.
Nice.
I like that.
Nothing. No blackness.
Oh, I see what we have to do. Maybe potentially.
Okay.
Belbin, where's he pushing his?
I know.
That is the question. That is the question.
Can you make like an intelligence check to give us a hint?
That's actually a really good idea.
I don't know how you could give someone a hint other than like, go this direction.
Well,
Or
you
maybe
could be
don't
like,
go this
go this
direction.
But if there's
direction,
only two
yeah.
directions,
exactly. That's why
Well,
it's an
there's
intelligence.
3
check.
right now.
technically there's 3.
So maybe
Belvin.
like, don't go up. Okay, well, you know. So.
Right or left, Velvet? You got it. I say probably right,
I say right too.
Let's try it.
but
Belvin,
yeah, what do
this
I
way.
know?
East. Belbin
Yeah, east.
readies himself and pushes. boom. This crate shatters,
Oh,
and
go
everything fades to black.
No!
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Okay,
no!
hold on, hold
All
on.
right. Yeah. 1.
Whoa.
That's an 11. 13.
Yeah, you're gonna have to reset.
Ah!
5 isn't gonna be enough, so reset it.
Oh my gosh. 14.
6.
16. Oh my gosh.
14, 16.
All right, is 6 good enough?
6 is enough.
Okay.
Oh,
So
my
you're able to
goodness.
push up. Hold on. Boom, boom, broken
And 9.
crate here. Is this how far we've gotten? Have you pushed again? You pushed
Okay.
up?
Yeah, I did. I pushed
Okay.
to
2
the
is
north.
boom,
I
boom.
got it,
So you've made it
Belvin.
this far.
Still,
there we
you
go.
can't push these
Boom,
because it breaks
boom.
that crate, and you need 4 to have that crate.
Boom. This breaks. This here.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is how we've gotten here the only way to get here?
How you got in here? The only way to get here? Like it hasn't faded to black, so it seems like whatever you're doing it correctly.
There's only one
Okay.
right move.
I'm just trying to think of like. should we not be
FYI, they're based off of mechanics. You haven't figured out all of the mechanics and perhaps requirements of the puzzle. Maybe you have, but you haven't audibly said anything that to tell me that you understand all the mechanics of the puzzle. However, there is only one solution.
Okay, that's what I was trying to ask.
So we got here.
Well, I have noticed that the little crates break and the big crates can take 2 hits.
Yep.
Or more.
At least.
I'm wondering if I'm wondering if we break in order.
Crates breaking.
Ah,
So like,
I don't know what you mean.
if 1 breaks a crate, 2 has to break the next crate. 3 has to break the next, then 4, then 5, then 1.
I think you're overthinking this, Zil.
Yeah, no, because 4 broke a crate at the beginning.
Okay, then
I just think that the little crates break after 1 hit, and the big ones maybe take 2.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, I had a lot of fun putting this puzzle together.
We're not having a lot of fun solving it.
I figured out 4. I'm pretty sure I have 3 figured out.
4, because 4 can only go left.
Correct.
By the way, we're at 2
It
right
goes
now.
left, it breaks that crate, and then it goes down, and then right, and then up, and then right, and then up, and then left.
Well,
and
2
then it's
has
in
to go
spot.
left. That's the only direction
Yeah.
it can go right now.
Yep. Go left.
4 bells.
Oh, yeah. Because if you go left, then you go down, and then you go right, and then you go up, break that crate, up, break that crate, up, break that crate, up, and then don't break that crate, and then go right, and it's in its spot.
Wow, looks like that's a lot of words.
I know.
Is
I
Belvin
like
pushing?
puzzles. Huh?
Which direction?
Yeah. I believe in you, Belvin.
Left, Belvin. You can do
Don't
it.
push it right.
I believe in you.
Push it right again.
No.
Do you see what I said?
You can broadcast your mouses, FYI. So everybody can see.
Okay, so here we go. If we go left, look. You go left, it breaks that. You go down, it stays there. You go right, it hits there. You go up, it breaks that. You go up, it breaks that. If you go up, it breaks that. You go up
Yeah.
one more,
Yeah, but
you're golden. Or I guess you could go break that one, go right, and then up. Either way. Unless you see something I don't.
The only other thing I can think of is going down from here, going over here, up here, breaking this,
what? 2?
And I don't know. Going up here, going this way, going down. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Well-
Can they go back in the spaces?
Go left!
Yeah, go
Who
left.
moved-
Just go left. Just
moved-
go freaking left.
Who moved last?
Yuki.
I
did.
What do you mean?
Yuki
So
did.
it's Belbin's
Yuki
turn.
did.
You did. Okay, let's go left.
All right.
Left for the win. It's like NASCAR driving.
This crate breaks.
I go up!
All right. Go ahead and make your check.
Ah!
Come on, Luxalia.
10.
Nice.
Yeah, baby! Alright, Zill, go left!
Oh, did I?
Oh, but you won't have to break that crate anymore because it won't be there. Just go left!
We'll do it.
All right. You don't have to roll, do you? So just boom. This crate breaks.
Nice.
Nothing happens.
That's incredible!
And last but not least, Thordain.
Yeah, so Thordain.
Oh, yeah. Go left.
Yeah, left. I was thinking. So
Alright.
yeah, Thordain's gonna push left.
Go make your roll.
He's gonna roll for that. Come on, please. 8 + 1, 9. Sick. Please, come on.
Everything fades to black.
Oh no! No! It's down, isn't it? It's freaking down, isn't it? That's what I was debating. Oh god.
All right, Thordain and Luxalia, 3 checks for me.
Okay, that's a natural 16.
Oh, is it because you have to break that crate?
That's a 5. Reset. Oh,
So 3 checks for me.
14. That's a
Ah.
that's a dirty
6.
16. All right.
Oh, wait, but I'm using leverage on the first one.
6 is still okay. 6 is the minimum for regular without leverage.
Oh my goodness, this is
10,
Come on, Luxalia.
14.
Okay. All right. Good.
Boom. Broken crate. Boom.
Oh my god.
Did this one. Boom. 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 Broken crate.
oh my goodness.
This
Do you want us to
one,
help? We can move.
Boom. 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 No, let me do it. I don't want anything to go out
Okay.
of order to mess up the...
Sorry,
Okay,
I was
okay.
broadcasting. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. It's
Oh
okay.
my goodness.
Boom. And then boom. Broken.
Well, I've got 2 of them figured out. That's
and
it.
then boom, broken crate. Boom, broken crate. And that's where we're at. Thordain, you passed your 3rd one? 'Cause that's...
Yeah. So
yeah,
he
so
passes
you passed
it.
your 3rd one. Which
Um,
direction?
And he's pushing down.
Okay. It is as it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not resetting your characters. I'm just gonna leave them here
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
side.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
You all know which one you're
Okay.
assigned to.
So Yuki is gonna push to the left. Number 1.
Boom. She hits it, and this crate shatters.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Belbin.
All right. Go down.
Down.
This one I'm certain of.
Okay, we'll go down. We'll trust Luxalia.
Luxalia has got a lot of wisdom in those
Scuba.
between those ears.
Sweet. Luxalia
Okay.
will push 3 east.
Go ahead and make your check.
14.
Zill.
Oh yeah. Go down.
Zil, go down. We're going down. We're yelling timber.
We better dance.
Thordain.
I'm not gonna pretend to know this one.
Yeah,
I'm
Thordain's
sorry.
going to the. He's number 5, right? Where does he need to get to?
This one's
Oh.
confusing the crap out of me.
Okay, hold up.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I got it. He's pushing to the left. He
Okay,
pushes
go ahead and
left.
make a check for me. No leverage.
Why? Why is
That's
this
a
not
6.
I got it. I
Nice.
figured 5 out. I figured
Top of
5
the
out. We're
round.
good. We're
Top
good.
of the round.
We're good.
Who
We're
we
good. Yuki.
Does it go left down break, left up, right down break?
I just read the comment.
Up,
King Farron is really enjoying his sandwich over there. I just think of like that's one scene in Napoleon Dynamite. Like the two old farmer guys are just like eating their sandwich and they watch Napoleon.
Oh, Wizards of Waverly Place is going through my head. The sandwich of the New York Mets. I think I've tasted this before.
Okay, all right. So, okay, hold on a sec.
Which direction?
So
Yeah,
Yuki, yeah, number 1's hard. Hold up.
I don't know what's happening with one.
Yeah. So here's my thought process for number 5 and how it's gonna
Yeah,
go. I'll show you.
You go down.
Yeah, you go down, you
that
break
crate,
that crate, and then you
go
go
left.
to the left, up, side, and
Yeah.
over,
And
and
then
then down.
Yeah.
But number 1.
Yeah, I'm confused with number 1.
So the only thing I can think of is pushing 1 down, pushing it over to the left, and then using 5 as a blockade to go up since they already broke that crate, right?
Yeah.
And then you can push it that way. So I'm assuming down's the
Nice.
right direction.
That's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of too.
Yeah.
Do
So
it.
down.
use
Yeah, number
forward
1's
block,
going. I'm
too.
pushing down.
Push it down.
Please.
Let's go, Buffs.
No blackness.
Sweet.
Oh,
Nice.
delightful. 2's going right.
Oh yeah, baby.
No dark.
Nice.
Sweet. We're doing it. We're doing it.
3. I'm gonna go left. I'm just kidding. Up.
All right, go ahead and make your check.
Please, Luxalia.
11.
Okay.
Luke, sorry, do you have hope?
No.
Okay, hold up.
We've come so far.
We're doing it.
Hey, roll that
Roll a
D16. Kyle.
D16.
Well,
Oh, Kyle does it. Sorry.
I don't have enough to just outright
got a
give
You
nine.
can
you
roll
hope.
it too. Cool.
No.
Oh.
okay.
Well, Max, maybe if you were here for more of our streams. Excuse me.
You know, you're not
I'm
wrong.
joking. I'm joking. You're working. Goodness gracious.
You start streaming when I'm in the middle of work.
I
man.
know. 2 p.m. That's what it's all good.
I'm still at school.
I know. Okay. Well, who is next?
4.
Zill.
Push
No?
it right. I
Push
Yeah,
it right,
Zill's going
push
right.
it right. Oh yeah. Push it right.
Boom. And you hit, and
Nice.
boom, there's a visible crack in this crate.
Nice. Nice.
5. Thorday.
Yeah, 5 is pushing down and cracking that
Okay,
crate.
go ahead and make a physical skill check for me.
Okay.
Come on.
Come on. He has hope if he needs
Can I
it.
sacrifice my hope to
But he's
give
fine. Natural
Luxalia
16.
hope?
No.
Natural 16.
He goes boom
17.
and crashes this crate.
Cool.
Nice.
Can I swim over and push Luxalia into her?
Perfect.
You're just pushing her into a crate.
We got
you
this.
Just
We
punch
got
my
this.
back and give me leverage.
All right, number 1.
Yeah, she's pushing it to the left. To the west.
All right.
Oh, she was still
Number 2.
there.
We got this. We got this.
She was going up north.
Boom. Crate shatters.
Took us forever, but we're doing it.
I'm gonna push left.
Okay. This has
Roll,
leverage.
Luxalia.
12.
Oh, good.
Cracked crate.
Nice.
All is good within the world thus far.
Come on, Zill. You got this.
Go
Up.
up.
Boom. Cracked crate. Thordane.
Thordane is pushing to the west, using the statue as leverage. 7. Yuki's pushing up on the number 1 block. We did it. We did it.
Well, we didn't do it yet.
We did it. we know the solution at least.
Push it up. Push it up.
That one's going up.
Crate shatters.
All right. Luke Sully is going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move.
You
better dance.
have leverage.
11.
Boom. Crate cracks.
Nice.
Zill.
Zill is going right.
With leverage, but doesn't matter.
All right.
5. Thordane.
Thordane's pushing up. And he's rolling for that. Come on, please, Thordane. That's a natural 16 for 17.
Top of the round to ya.
Nice.
So Yuki is pushing to the right, to the east.
Check.
2. Belbin.
Okay, guys.
Right or up?
I can either go up then right or right then up.
I'm
So-
inclined to say right, then up, but
Yeah, me too.
Has
who knows?
I have a feeling if we break any of these crates, we're done.
Yeah, that's a good call, and we've already hit that one once.
The up one,
Yep.
Yeah.
go right.
Crack.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. The sigh of
I'm
relief.
gonna go left
Okay,
Oh my
make your
goodness.
check. You got leverage.
with leverage. 17.
I'm so nervous.
Woo.
Zill.
Check.
Up.
Guys, we're just checking all these.
Thordane.
Yeah, we are. Yuki's going, or sorry, Thordane's going to the right, to the east.
Make a check.
That's
Leverage.
13 plus 1, 14. Crack.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yuki.
Give me corn and I don't care.
He's gonna push up.
Left.
So
Wait,
everyone
no.
for these last goes, you all have to make physical skill checks. You need to make a
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Everybody's crashing out of here. You guys all froze on me. Well, I'll wait here. You guys can all see me. So while we're waiting for all of them to return, hopefully, we have a sponsor here, DaiSNACKi. They're a Japanese sweets and luxury treats company. They are, they sell all kinds of Japanese goodies from all the way from, oh no, I might have to reset this sucker. Uh-oh. All the way from popular Japanese snacks to traditional Japanese snacks. So check them out. They have their summer box that's going on for just a short period of time. And additionally, what else? What else do we got here? Yes, for a short period of time, and then, guys, I'm so sorry. Sorry, sponsor segment. I'm trying to figure everything out while I'm waiting. It sounds like Fade to Black. It is a Fade to Black. No, we're done for. I crashed. Okay. I'm gonna reset, so I'm gonna jump to my break screen real quick.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
Hey, you're here, Kyle. You kept talking and talking and talking, but you dropped.
Yeah. DaiSNACki.
Yeah.
Now you guys
Like-
can hear me. Go check out DaiSNACki. They're great. Alright, cool.
I think I think the string could always hear you. It's we that couldn't.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Jadik's soul is right. If we fail a roll.
No. We need to kick him out.
Like to fade it.
We can ban him.
Oh no.
No color anymore.
I know him. It's fine. We can ban him.
It did technically. I had to reset it and fade to black, but that's not because you failed it.
Into faded black.
Oh god.
Da 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 da.
This is so stressful.
Now we're good. We're gonna be good.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Your video.
Thordain's
there
got
we go.
hope if he needs it. Thordain's got
Oh,
hope.
there it is.
I'm back.
I
We're
don't.
back, guys. I'm out of
I
time.
sacrificed
It
Belvin
worked.
and Zill's hope to give it to Luxon.
All right. So
man.
we're on the precipice here. So this is gone. Let me We're on the precipice here. So again, these
We're so
last ones,
close.
you're gonna have to. Everybody has to make physical skill checks.
Everyone does?
Oh.
Everybody does.
Come on,
Oh,
Yuki.
no.
Come on, do I have leverage?
Depends. Only
Pushing up.
on Thordain's.
Only on Thordain's. Okay, that's good though. That is.
Hold on. Hey, not yet. We're doing it in order.
Well, yeah,
Wait,
Yuki's
Zil,
going.
do you know?
No, hold on,
Yikes,
I'm resetting.
soul?
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
resetting.
gonna keep that roll.
Give it a
No.
minute.
Give me a
I
minute.
have to re-roll it. You make me re-roll that.
No, two was
Please
right.
make me re-roll it.
Yeah.
There, yeah. It was there.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody, roll.
Everyone?
Oh,
Yuki,
man.
go ahead and make your physical skill check.
Okay, that's a 14.
You push. And it struggles at first as it hits kind of a lip, but
Oh,
it raises
no.
up. And you can hear visible,
Oh,
you can
crap.
hear visible cracking as ice shatters as the weight of the block presses down the pressure.
How do we hear visible cracking? Hold on a second.
Oh
We
my.
hear it. We hear the visible
Or
cracking.
audible cracking,
Oh
sorry.
my.
Audible cracking.
I'm like, wait a second.
We're in the
Yeah.
5th dimension.
Hey, it's
That's what happens when you're
visible to
underwater.
our ears. All right, Belvin.
It's just,
Somebody
it's
clip
just
your visible
King
cracking.
Farron crumpling his paper sack after.
You got this,
Clip
Belvin.
your visible cracking, please.
You can
That
do
needs to
this.
live on forever.
Okay, Belbin.
Hey, Yuki, go help Belbin. Give him some leverage.
Yeah, Yuki's gonna help.
Belvin's
I don't
got
think
a
she
plus
can.
7,
Can she
and-
stand for stern or sperm and
I-
let push off of her or something?
Yeah.
Is that something?
Oh, no.
No. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
just lost the map.
Okay.
It's fine. We know what we need to push. It's fine.
We're just rolling dice at this point.
Belbin,
Yeah.
go ahead and do yours. As Yuki attempts to assist him, she is pushed back 5 feet.
Oh my gosh. Elvin, you better not fail this. Please stop.
Nat 16.
Okay.
Pushing,
sick.
pushing in the northern direction, the block slides, boom, as it basically just slams against the little grate on the other side, and you hear a crack, and boom, the pressure plate is fallen in place. Luxalia, you do not have leverage on
Hey!
yours. I'm assuming you're pushing south.
Yeah. Does anyone want to just like support my back?
You know, we tried
We
that,
just found out we
Luxalia,
can't.
but I will sing you a song. I don't know if that will
Dang it.
actually do anything, but I'll sing to her. You
Alright.
got this. You got this. You can do it. You got this. Real nervous.
Fine.
Oh.
You begin to push, and the room fades to black.
No!
Oh my
All right.
No.
How many rolls do you need from me?
Hold on. We'll just do Thordain Thordain and Luxalia. I'm assuming everyone's putting their blocks into position. I'm gonna put them into position right before.
6, 7, 8 checks. Okay.
All right. Yep.
9.
Same with Thordain.
11.
Starting off strong with
That's
a nat
a
1.
4. So it was.
Reset. Hold on, one at a time. Each of you roll one at a time. So
8.
okay,
6.
that passes. Yep.
9.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Dirty
minute.
16.
Yep.
Hold.
18 with a nat 16.
Yep.
5.
Hold on, which one was that? Was that 4? Was that 4? Was that 4?
That was 3.
I got a 5. It doesn't matter.
Hold on, 1.
Yuki.
2.
Oh, it might matter actually, if I get leverage.
Yeah, you have leverage, so that passes.
Oh, it passes.
It does pass.
Beautiful.
Continue. Luxalia.
All right, looks like you got it.
Alright, is this 4?
Yep, this is 4.
13.
Thordain.
Yuki.
14. Yes.
Okay.
Didn't a long time ago
Mhm.
we trade rings? You gave me a charisma ring and I gave you a strength ring.
I think
15.
you gave me
15, yep, you're good. Thordain.
I don't know if it was charisma. Let's see.
I
Hold on.
have the charisma ring.
Oh yeah, strength ring. I got a knowledge ring from you, I think.
Oh, it was a knowledge ring. I'm like, if
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
strength ring, give it to Luxalia.
Yeah, Luxalia. Sorry, Thordain. That.
Hey, Thordain's weak too.
True.
True. He's gonna use. He's gonna use his hope. He's gonna use his hope.
I don't know. Maybe save the hope for
It
the
was a
last
6.
one, bro.
Yeah,
was a
he's
6.
able to. Okay, go on. That's
Okay.
number 5 or 6.
God.
Blessing's gone.
That's 5. Okay, now 6. Luxalia.
15.
Okay. Thordain.
6 for Thordain.
Yep. Okay, next one is 7.
17.
17. All right, Thordain.
14.
Rolling high.
14.
14.
And then 8. And then we're gonna make the final checks after this.
Oh, gosh. 10.
16 dirty.
We
Kyle, the
are back.
overlays
We are back in the previous positions.
Oh,
Okay, Yuki.
gosh.
Come on,
Um,
Yuki.
First, Yuki.
9 plus 6.
Yep.
15.
That'll do it. Belbin.
Oh,
Kyle,
boy.
the overlay's a little bit off.
I know. It's okay.
Okay.
If I reset it, it resets the room. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Just making sure you're aware.
Come on, Belbin.
Belbin.
Belvin's up.
Yep. Physical.
What'd
skill
you
check.
get, Yuki?
15.
16. Or 15.
16.
Oh my gosh. Come on, Luxalia.
Yeah.
16.
And again, it slides up onto the pressure plate. Boom. And it goes down, and you hear a click.
Still, come on.
Zil.
You got it, Zill.
No! Please
It's not terrible.
Okay. What
I'm
is
just
it?
deciding if I want to use hope or not.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Kyle, don't react. I'm pulling the party.
Is it above a 4? Is it at or above a 14?
It's a 12. I
Reroll
have
it.
hope.
Reroll it.
Reroll it?
Use
Okay.
Reroll
hope.
it.
Use hope.
17.
You
Yeah.
push it.
Okay.
It hits the lip and then up and over. Boom.
Okay. Oh,
Last but not least.
I think the
Thordain.
lowest I've seen succeed was a 14 so far. So
All right.
Yeah.
So, before Thordain pushes, he's stretching out his muscles.
He
doing
has
what
leverage.
can. He does have leverage. He's going to. Yuki's going to turn to the rest of the party, and she's going to start to chant and just look at everyone.
Mhm.
I do
Mhm.
believe in magic. I do believe
Yeah.
in magic. I do.
Wait.
I do.
Why didn't you do this for me?
This is a dumb loophole. Wait, do I even have this
All right.
equipped? I'm gonna have it equipped.
All right,
Hold on.
Thordain's gonna do it. All right, here we go.
You got it, Thordain.
Can she? donkey kick
Nope.
it to move it.
No,
Okay.
it didn't work.
Okay.
Oh, it's a creature. Dang it. Block's
It's
not
a
a
13,
Bear with me.
isn't it? All right.
It's an 11.
Oh no.
You've already revealed it, so you can't.
I don't have hope or anything. I can't do anything.
All right.
I know. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The block pushes.
Yeah. Yeah.
As it's
Yeah.
gaining or losing speed, it hits the lip.
Oh yeah.
Up and over.
Oh baby.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
By the way, the DC is
Oh.
a 10.
Oh.
Not
I didn't
leveraged.
even burn my. I
Not
regret
leveraged.
nothing.
Okay. All
I
right.
regret
Fine.
nothing.
It's okay.
The mechanism altogether clicks. All of the glowing that's around you no longer is within you, as the center of the room, its blue kind of glow that it has to it begins to kind of beat red for a moment, and immediately all the ice in the room begins to fade. All of the statues themselves, as the ice begins to kind of melt off of them, the demonic visages become angelic. And in the middle of the room, you can see something falling from the ceiling, as if basically held together from a frozen chandelier, and it clinks to the ground.
It's the Triforce.
What's that? I don't know what that is, Luxalia.
Sorry, I got carried away in a dream I had.
Your
once.
voice was very manly for a second.
It's the Triforce.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Was that alumnus
I don't know
speaking
what
through
that
you?
was.
Are we done rolling
Yeah.
blocks? Y'all made me so sore having to repeat that. So you need to work out more.
I'm sorry.
Who is
Tony.
this?
I'm more of a man of science, not of brawn.
This Belbin or Zill? Who
That was
are
Belbin.
you?
Oh, Belbin.
Who
Yeah.
are you? the room is dark now, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
We didn't cover these in the streets.
All right, Yuki picks
No
up the
good at
item.
puzzles.
You make your
Wait,
way over.
maybe. Yeah.
Oh. What's happening? What are you deciding to do?
Yep, Yuki picks it up.
I was just gonna say, like, inspect it first.
Nope, Yuki picks
Might
it
be
up.
Cursed. All right.
You lean over the top of it as you hold this in your hands. It's probably like yay big, kind of baseball size. But it is a flat, what looks to be shard of something. It's slightly reflective, and you can
Nice.
see that there's kind of like a small kind of like blue shimmer to it as well. It's very mirror-like, but it looks to be a shard of a mirror.
A mirror? Does it seem special in
Is
any
it the
way?
Twilight Mirror?
I was just thinking that.
Does it seem
I've been
special?
playing too much Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry, guys.
In what way?
Like, obviously it floated down from the ceiling after we completed the puzzle.
It kerplunked down the ceiling after it unfroze.
Is
No
it seem
floating.
like it's? Does it seem like it has any sort of properties that are mirror-like, that
Make
are
an
strange?
elemental skill check for me.
That's a natural 16.
Natural
Or-
16. There doesn't
Or
seem
17.
there doesn't seem to be anything outside of the fact that it's a mirror, but as you look deep into it, you can sense a small bit of manic energy. Very, very, very faint.
Do you
And-
see a blue eye?
Yeah, do I see anything inside the mirror when I'm looking at it?
Just your reflection.
Wow. And I show it to King Farron and see if he has anything to say about such things.
Hey, maybe wrap it in a cloth. Could cut someone.
We've had our fair share of shanks, with
Yeah.
with.
Belbin says, I've even
tree.
keistered sharp things.
That's true. Much to everyone's dismay.
What does King Farron have to say about such things?
He looks at it like very curiously as he examines and says, I know nothing of such relics. But if this did fall from the room, it seemed to have been imprisoned by the ice. Might as well take it with us.
Yes.
Nice. Is there anything else?
I
in the
look
room?
around and try to find a heart container.
No, you don't see anything heart-shaped.
Dang it.
But you do
Do I
see.
see?
All right.
What's that?
I was gonna say, do we recognize the statues of the angelic figures?
Make a focus skill check.
All of us? Just him?
I guess
15
if you all want to investigate the
plus
statues.
3.
Oh, yeah.
18 for Yuki.
18 for Yuki.
That is
So
going
is
to
there
be a
angelic?
5 for Thordain.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's focus, not
Yeah, focus skill check.
knowledge. 12.
12.
Oh.
These statues, outside of everything else in the room, seem completely out of place.
Hmm.
These look actually brand new, not ancient. But you do not recognize what these are.
Interesting.
Luxalia, you can add, yours is with Emboldened for, you can make a knowledge skill check for me at Emboldened if you wish to do so.
I wish to do so. And that new roll than the focus skill roll I just did?
Yeah, so basically that was a group roll to see who was going to find something out.
Gotcha. Unimportant. 13.
13. You look up into these beings' eyes, and they're large and they're towering, and you do notice as well as, who was it, Yuki or Thordain pointed out that they do look new.
Mm-hmm.
But as you look upon like their armor and the weapons that they're carrying and their wings, these do look reminiscent of the Serac, angelic beings that were created at the dawn of time by Elamnia, but other than that, you're unable to tell anything outside.
They kind of look like Serac. I was never a big fan of that book. Just kidding. It's, scripture, so it's good, I guess.
Thordain says, they're not holding books.
Cool!
You're actually the best.
Well, is there anything else in here? Is that the whole room? Should we leave? Go
You
on
don't
with
find
our life?
anything else of interest. It's relatively empty, again, with broken furniture on the sides and these crates that are
Alright.
very much decaying too.
Are there money inside?
Were there
of them?
any arrows or money in the crates?
Nothing.
Okay.
Hmm.
I was just checking. I played too
Alright.
many JRPGs not to check.
It's true.
And Yuki leaves the room quietly.
So does Luxalia.
You all make your way back out into back out into the courtyard, and you notice one thing that is different that becomes immediately evident. The statue that was in the middle of this courtyard begins to glow a faint green.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have you make
Yuki-
knowledge or wisdom skill checks.
That's a 15 for
I know
Thordain,
nothing.
5 for Yuki.
Ooh.
Knowledge or
Or
wisdom?
Or wisdom.
Belbin's got a 6. Zill has a 14.
Everybody looks a little bit confused at essentially what this is about. However, Zill, as you approach and you investigate, it seems that there's a small stone that seems embedded in the top of this statue, almost like there's a sconce. You have a feeling that this is a guiding stone. Essentially what that means is if you ever wish to return here, you don't have to roll basically a check for the navigation rules. You can just eventually find your way here. It's lit up enough to be able to follow it.
Nice.
Guys, I think we can
Love it.
come back to this quite easily, really.
Good.
I think you're right. I wouldn't miss this glowing green statue if it hit me in the eyeball.
Pretty
Yuki
good.
holds up the mirror shard to it and see if it does anything.
It just reflects the green glow, nothing else.
Wow.
Nice. Well, that was nice. Okay. Well, where off to next? Can we make a look to see if there's anything else of interest?
You've already discovered pretty much everything of interest within the area when you first arrived.
Okay.
Again, everything. So a lot of things that you're like anything that's wooden, metal, pretty much everything unless it has any special properties to it is going to have either rusted, broken down, decayed to time, or unless it's new. And so you're not seeing a lot of like organic type of material. Pretty much the only things that are left are stone and like seaweed and moss or things of the kind.
Are there any other paths that lead aside from up by Scary Shark Man up top?
That is going to lead us to another navigation roll.
All
What
right,
is the
Bill.
marching order? Same?
Same as same. Yeah.
Same
Oh,
old
Bill,
Bill.
you got
gosh.
this. We believe in you.
All right.
That's a terrible decision.
1d8.
You got it.
Eight.
8.
Dude.
You
So
make
good.
your way back into the darkness. I'm assuming you're staying below the Merc line.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the plan is?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So you begin to kind of swim through. King Farron has his light shining. But as you make your way in a specific direction, you notice that it begins to glow brighter. You start making your way westwardly, and it's beginning to grow brighter. Does anyone mention anything, or are you just gonna let it as is?
I see a light.
King Farron. Wait, it's King Farron's light?
Yes, around his neck.
King Farron. Does that light perchance get brighter the closer we get to your daughter?
I am uncertain of such properties. This has been in my family for some time, and we've used it as we pass it down from each generation to each heir. This is the King's Stone.
Oh,
We find it useful in, well, it cuts through most darknesses. But I am unsure why it is getting brighter. Luxali, you can make an elemental skill check if you want.
oh yeah.
Does your family have any claim to Talei?
Oh? Not that I am aware of. None of my ancestors come from Talei. We all originated from Ashalinthil. There have been many other elves that have made their way over the Second Age to Feshin Fey and have integrated into our society, but us Feshin Fey elves, we are direct descendants of those from Ashalinthil. 6?
Didn't we
Yeah.
see some
7, 8? Wait, what-
6.
6. Okay. Yeah, you're unable to determine any further any special properties from it.
Didn't we see some Charlantinian architecture back there?
Indeed, you did. Which makes me quite confused as well.
Are you sure you don't have any family connection to this place?
Well, all I know, as far as what the history books say, is when they departed from Ashalinthil, there were no other cities or towns that were able to survive the flood. Everywhere except for those few citizens that were able to get on the boat at Ashalinthil were perished. It is unfortunate to see what happens here, and clearly, the people of Ashalinthil had made their way here as well before the flooding happened. Unless, and he kind of thinks deeply about it, unless there's somebody, perhaps of my kind, that still knows Ashalinthilian architecture, to be able to build something new down here, but these look just as ancient. I'm unsure. This is all new to me as well.
Indeed, Thornade pipes it. Maybe we'll find our answers the further we go.
You travel for
Onward.
about another 15 minutes, slowly wading through the waters. At this point, all of you can see small flashes of what look to be serpent-like creatures off in the distance. No longer is it quiet and eerily so. You can hear what sound to be screeches off in the distance. It's kind of muffled a little bit through the sound, but it's high pitched and it strikes your ears as it cuts through the water. You have no idea if it's close or far away, but based off of the glimmers of reflections that you see in the distance, you have to be stealthy. You have to be quiet in order to make it through this area. I'm gonna have all of you make stealth checks for me.
No. Oh,
Okay,
crap.
that's 12 for Yuki. And a natural 16 for Thordane, putting him at a 20.
Okay, 8 for Salia. Okay.
8.
8
Zil?
for Zil, 7 for Belvin.
Oh my lord.
Did you roll a 0 for Belvin? What
I
happened?
rolled a 3.
Oof.
You make your way somewhat stealthily through the alleys. King Farrand actually leads you back behind some of the rubble of the buildings as you are just able to get out of the way of what looks to be a patrol. This is the first time that all of you set eyes upon the Krakora. They're wicked, terrible creatures. They probably extend about 9 feet in length, and they're not very like large as it were, but like they have almost human-like upper torsos with eel-like toothy heads. They seem to be wearing pieces of armor, ancient armor, as if scavenged. They have scales all around basically their heads and then on their tails, and their tails extend long behind them, and they kind of do this little swimming motion through. They are holding spears and bows, and you can see they're actually crawling on the ground. You see these almost crab-like legs as these creatures that are probably about 5 feet in length kind of follow along, almost as if guard dogs. I'm gonna have all of you make focus skill checks.
Freaking crab dogs. That's a 15 for Yuki and a 7 for Thordane.
What did you expect for
19 for
$5
Belvin,
walkthrough?
8 for Zil.
11.
11. I'm sorry, what was Yuki and Thordane?
Yuki was a 15 and Thordane was a 7.
Yuki, you're able to catch a glimpse as one makes its way over close. This is a detestable creature. You've never seen anything quite like it. It looks to be almost like a spawn of these things, but its crab legs allow it to basically crawl along the ground. They have armored heads and sharp teeth just like the Krakora. These look to be almost mutated versions of what are the Krakora. Perhaps, in your mind, Yuki, Krakora before gaining sentience.
And she relays that information by thinking out loud. She turns to King Farrand. Do you recognize these creatures?
These are feral. I've never seen anything like it. In fact, they almost look like a crossbreed. And he kind of points to the back and like the face. You can see an obvious fin that extends out the back that doesn't extend out the back of the other Krakora. As if it's been merged with something. I'm gonna have Thordane make a nature skill check for me. Not nature. Sorry, that's D&D. Sorry. Knowledge skill check.
He is a man of science.
12 plus 3, 15.
15. To him, it looks to be a cross between a shark and a serpent. And a crab.
Why, I think that's a shark, serpent, and a crab. What an abominable beast.
King Farrand replies, "Indeed." And Yuki, one thing that you notice is you you could sense that it was like sniffing the water as if searching for something.
There
You
we
were
go.
able to just barely make it out of the way before you were caught. But
Nice.
you're also on, so to say, thin ice as you make your way as it passes.
Holding your farts better next time, Thordane.
Sorry, I get gassy when I'm thinking.
They can sniff them even underwater. And they bubble.
Yeah,
Nice brown cloud coming in the
it's
bubbles.
okay. It's all
good.
brown around you. It's very murky.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It blends in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we should. Yuki pipes in. I guess we should be careful proceeding and.
For the
We keep moving.
meantime, you just nearly escaped being noticed, but you continue
Nice.
onward. This part of the town seems to be more abandoned of buildings, but you can tell that there is a heightened sense, a heightened presence of creatures that are patrolling around here. And so King Farron, again, this is his first time making his way into this area, but you skillfully make your way through whatever ruins you can until you find yourself face to face with this big square kind of rectangle building. It stretches about 20 feet high and about close to 100 feet back. This is a strange building. It looks to be made of stone, but there are no windows, and there's no doors. I'm gonna have all of you make focus skill checks as you
Is this
approach
the haunted mansion?
Yeah. No windows.
Windows.
No doors.
I just went on it. So.
Wisdom.
That's a
Or
natural
focus.
16 for Thordane. He's rolling all kinds of natural 16s. Which is a 20. And Yuki got an 8.
11 for Zill,
18.
12 for Belbin.
You examine the front of this structure, and as mentioned, there is no physical door. But as you run your fingers along it, especially Thordane, he notices that there is a sphere in the middle of this wall. Almost as if it is missing something. Pieces to a puzzle.
The mirror.
Is it a mirror? Can he notice? Does he notice?
Other than just in the stone, there's a circle. You have no idea.
Okay. Well, seems to be a missing puzzle piece of sorts. I guess we need to discover this.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And Thordane swims closer.
Well, he's touching it. He's examining
Oh,
it.
all right, nice. He Yuki attempts to kind of put the mirror shard close to it and see if something happens.
There's no specific way that it would go in, with the exception of the circular part on the edge does fit perfectly with the outside edge. Based off of the fracture of the shard, you have no idea how many shards it would take to be able to completely fill this, but this probably is about a fifth of the total area.
I see.
Nice. Let's go find more shards.
Do we have any sniffer instincts on where they might be?
Belbin, sniff the shard and then bloodhound your way to the next one.
What do you think I am to you?
An old man.
Is that what old men do?
Yeah.
I
Wait a
smell
minute.
cinnamon
I
rolls.
assume that's why old men sniff women's hair.
I don't know.
Only one specific one does. It's fine.
Oh.
Okay. Well, it's worth a try, Belbin. At least.
Make a wisdom skill
Fine.
check. This is gonna be a despair wisdom skill check.
10.
Belbin makes his way over and starts sniffing the stone that's around, sniffing the ground, sniffing the air. in Belvin's mind, you guys actually can't smell anything under here, as the masks that you have kind of prevent any. There's not really smell that wafts through the ocean, unless I guess you have some kind of special set of gills to be able to interpret that. Belvin's unable to determine anything based off of smell at all, and he relays that information.
Can I make like an investigation check to see if there's any other signs or clues for where we should be going?
Make a focus skill check for me.
That's a 13.
Nowhere around here that seems of interest. Again, there's very far and few in between some of these things. So it's quite difficult to be able to see. However, you do swim up on the top of the building, and with that roll, you're able to see kind of at like the front face of it. There's a small gem, kind of almost translucent, that sits quiet and unactivated.
Well, it looks like we need to activate this gem somehow. And a horrendous thought shudders through Yuki's mind as she thinks about all the different places that these shards could be, including the shark, including just everything. And she turns to King Fair, and this kind of seems like an impossible task. Do you have any idea what this could lead to?
Well, this seems fortified. Much more so than the last building we had entered. I have no idea what this could be. This is a
Should we
chamber that
investigate
looks foreign as far as architecture from a Shalanthil, but it also doesn't look original to this landscape. Your guess is as good as mine, but this looks to be a very fortified building. If what you saw was correct with these mirror shards, I think our best bet is to hunt these down. If we're able to maybe complete, well, at least the mirror on the front, perhaps we can enter to some way or find out some information.
Yes.
But do we have any clues on where these mirror shards could be?
I hope
from just
it's
running
within the
into
city. Clearly, we found one of them within the city, and perhaps
seem to
further
have-
investigation could help.
They seem to have some sort of manic energy coming off of them, so maybe if there's any way we can sense manic energy, maybe that could be a clue to the direction that it's in.
From your kind of above game, Yuki, from your experience, this is this energy that you were able to sense from it. It's so minute that the average person cannot, even with touching it. So you probably wouldn't be able to track it via that.
Okay. And Yuki just thinks to herself, what a pickle we're in. We need to... And we can't just wander aimlessly about and then hope we run into them. I mean, we could, but that seems incredibly dangerous.
I mean, let's go explore the city some more, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Seems like our only option.
Not all who wander are lost.
those are some wise words, Luxalia. Who taught them to you?
A guy named John.
From a book.
John.
I read about it in a book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds nice. Well, let's wander and maybe we won't be lost.
Zill,
Indeed.
make a navigation roll for me. 1d8.
Come on, Zill. Come on, Zill.
Let's go, Zill.
2.
2.
I mean, we know the places we've been, so
True.
let's explore the places we haven't been.
True. You depart as you make your way towards kind of the more structured part of the city. Buildings begin to rise all around you in every direction, and you are doing everything that you can to evade detection from one of the patrols. However, you can hear something kind of snorting. You don't know where, which is why I'm going to have you make focus skill checks.
All right. We got snorting things. That's a 9 for Yuki and a 15 for Thordain.
17 for
Rosalia.
Zoe. And 13 for Belbin.
All of you stop as you hear this. You look in every which direction, but you recognize this sound as the sniffing of those horrible creatures you heard before. You have but a moment to tell me what you wish to do. Stand and confront whatever's coming towards you, or attempt to hide.
Hide. I will hide. Hide.
I guess Yuki follows in that. Yeah, we'll all hide, I guess.
Stealth checks for everybody.
Oh my gosh. Well, sorry guys. That's a natural 1 for Yuki and a natural 2 for Thordain.
The natural 1 for Belbin and the 11 for Zil. 10 for Zil.
It's a 6. Let's fight him.
Yuki, Thordain, and Belbin. Belbin's like, I'm done hiding, and he basically just like is out in the open, like ready, almost like goading whatever's coming to come at him. Yuki, you see this and you stand by his side. The rest of you, as you attempt to flee, you see that they are immediately beset upon by what look to be 4 Krokora and 2 of these small creatures. This is where we're going to end our session for today.
Oh man.
Let's go.
Oh man, I'm ready to dispatch some freaking crab shark
Guys,
dog.
next session we'll have some combat.
True.
Yay.
True that.
Good.
True that.
I like that.
Cool. Quick question for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Quick answer.
So, Max, you're getting married this month, right?
Yep.
On the day of our next session, right?
2 weeks from today.
Which I won't be there.
I think these 2
Cole won't be
hooligans are
here.
attending.
Cole won't be here either. So
We're most likely
Yeah.
going to then move our next session to the 29th, if that's okay. Max, you might
I
still
won't
not
be
there.
here. I'll be out of the country.
Is it Friday?
That's a Friday, the 29th of September.
Nice.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I'll
We're-
be out of the country.
If
but
we're missing 3 people, we might be missing 1 instead, perhaps. But
Sure.
think about it. Let me know. Hesitantly, everybody, our next session will be on the 29th. Wish Max well. He's getting married. That's a very exciting thing.
Yeah.
So
Maybe married. Almost.
it's kind of a good excuse not to have a session. So celebrate. It'll be great. It's gonna be a party. But at the very end of the month, most likely is when we're going to be having our next session of Everlast. So look forward to it. Any announcements? Actually, first, let's just jump into thoughts about tonight's session. Let's start with Dane, Cole, and then Max. So Dane.
Okay. It was a good session. I mean, I kind of missed dungeoning. I think that's one of the really fun parts about this game is the different phases. And I mean, we started off a year ago doing the Fortress Jungle, which is a very similar but kind of different dungeon. It seems like they're fetch quests, which is interesting. So, and I'm excited to get fighting. That was a fun puzzle, a frustrating but very fun puzzle. It reminded me of Legend of Zelda. The first pop that came to my head, I'm like, we're in the ice dungeon. This is sick. We are in. Yeah, and so like I enjoyed that quite a bit.
I had to
and-
reverse engineer the sucker out of that bad boy puzzle. It took me literally like 8 hours to make. So,
Well,
just like
it
literally
took
like
us-
moving one at a time. So I will say there were the few of the things that you. So if you would have investigated the statues more, you would have realized that there were hints in order to figure out the mechanics of the puzzles. And so
Nice.
instead of like trial and error, it would have explained to you that you have to push them in a certain order. Once you touch them, you're locked to it. There was another one where it's like the one that you didn't figure out is every switch needed to be activated on the same turn.
Okay.
So you couldn't like just like push one after another. It had to be in an order, and then was there any others? Anyways, so there were a bunch of things with the puzzle, but yeah, I know like the 1 and 5, the way that those two interacted, I was like, there's only one way to do it. And so the way that you run that puzzle is if any of these pieces go out of place, because some of those relied on each other to be at one place at one time, the puzzle resets. And so I think it kind of guides you more towards like the general area of like where to go. But yeah, it's
I will
supposed
say
to be
that was
kinda
kind of a
difficult.
nice mechanic. The fact that it just like if you got something wrong, it reset, which is
Yeah,
nice,
it didn't
because
force
then
you to
can,
go
like,
through everything to mess everything up and be
Yeah.
like, I don't get it, like this should work. So like it just kind of resets. And so yeah, I have like a whole key and everything like up here about like which direction everything goes. But because I reversed engineered it, I just had it seared into my brain about like where all the pieces fit in the puzzle and every single move. So for those of you who are doing this in the future, FYI, there's a key to it.
Don't
so,
cheat.
Yeah, don't cheat.
Yeah.
I'll make a different one. Though, but
Yeah, but I mean, overall, it was really fun. Really enjoyed getting back to the basics and really playing again. I'm looking forward to combat next time. And even though there was only 3 of us, I felt like it was very good repartee, as they say.
Yes, agreed. It was good. It was a party. It's good. Cool.
Yeah, those
Cool.
are my opinions.
Oh yeah.
Thoughts tonight's session?
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. I really enjoyed the puzzle. It was puzzling.
Is this like the first
And-
puzzle that you guys really had that wasn't like a combat puzzle?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've had earlier
I
ones
think
when it was
so.
Dungeons and Dragons, but those were different. I
We've
feel.
had some dungeony puzzles, so it's like what order to do rooms and what items we need from where, but not like
A puzzle.
a full puzzle on its own.
In the one dungeon, Max, that you and Connor did a while back, I actually ended up skipping a puzzle because we didn't have the time for it. Since it was just the one session with the 2 of you, I was like, there's a couple puzzles that we're skipping, and so like it just turned out to work out. But yeah, I mean, ice block puzzles, that's fun. Anyway, sorry, Cole. Continue.
No, you're good. The only thing I think sometimes I struggle with dungeons, especially if it's mostly theater of the mind, is if there's not a map. Because sometimes I'm like, I would love to explore, but I don't know what my options are.
Especially this one.
So, So I think, I don't know, like, is there a map of the main, like, the whole thing, or could we get one?
It's completely submerged beneath the basically the soot layer. And so the way that this dungeon is designed, specifically this dungeon, is it's a city that you can't navigate through. Like normally you can't see everything. And so one of the options, which is why like the big shark is circling above, you can attempt to stealthily swim above to see some of the taller structures that maybe peek out the top of this soot layer, so you can immediately swim to them, but you're also have the danger of alerting yourself to the shark. Other than that, you're just kind of meandering your way through this kind of murky city. And so that's like specifically this dungeon, that's the mechanic of it, is like you're blindly making your way through. Or maybe like other dungeons in the future are like maybe you find a map, or like you can walk around and kind of craft like a map in your mind, and then if that's the case, I will have a map once you've unlocked that to like because other than that, it's just like like maybe we should go in this direction, where sometimes it's like there's dangers in certain places, and like this clearly looks like a battle room, this clearly looks like a boss room. So but once you like find like a map of like the area within either outside,
That's why the guiding
during
stone is a
roleplay,
thing, right?
that's why the guiding stone is a thing. So like once you've fulfilled whatever you need to activate it, you can come back and basically essentially what that means is when you roll on the navigation table, you can, instead of rolling, you can choose to go to a location, or if you activate that location again, you basically re-roll to go to another place, so you're not constantly finding yourself back in the same spot. And so you'll eventually at a certain point uncover all of the rooms via navigation stuff, but rooms, buildings, whatever the case, via the navigation. But yeah, it's
That's kind of cool because it's like choice. It's random where
it's
we go.
random. So that was actually
every party would be different.
The murky corridors which you guys were coming in before, the tunnels. You actually visited all the rooms. Actually, you ruled all the rooms, but you visited them in a different order than how they're presented. And so like it's supposed to kind of feel maze-like and like I'm kind of lost. And so yeah, figuring out what to do. That's the point of this dungeon. I have no idea like where I'm supposed to go. I feel lost. So you're just kind of wandering out into the.
Then executed well, because that's how I feel.
Good,
so.
good. You found where at least the keys went, because at least what's one thing if you didn't roll the like that specific area of the last room, I guess, of the dungeon, you wouldn't have discovered, oh, this is like what the mirror shard does. It's useful for this. And so now because of that, you ran into that last place. Now you know your goal more. Like, okay, we got to explore to collect these instead of we're trying to find Princess Mila, but we have to do that in how we do that is we have to do all certain things and gather shards.
So yeah, I mean, it's nice to be doing a dungeon.
Yeah,
that's my take.
Sweet, I like it. Max, what's your take on today's session?
It's kind of fun. The submerge is really interesting. The puzzles are all also intriguing because I find them very fun, but it also takes us out of our characters.
Okay.
Like, we're not really solving them as our characters, which is not a bad thing. I still have a great time doing it, but it's just like, how do I play this? Because I'm just like, what's the solution, not what is Zill thinking during this puzzle?
And that's okay. Like, every party can play it however they want to. Like, my goal for that puzzle specifically was interactivity and teamwork, which is why like I placed some of those rules in place that like you all have to be a part. You can't just rely on one person to push all the blocks. Like, everybody has their own, and they have to use their own skills in order to push, and all that kind of stuff. So, because as we saw, like, you guys figured out the solution to the puzzle, at least for some of them, like pretty early on. But it required like I have to actually succeed in this check in order to like make this, even though and then it resets because you're like, ugh, you have to do it in a certain order, and if you don't actually complete it, then everything resets, and that's another frustration level, which is why like I kind of enjoyed at the end where you guys were all like, I know the solution, but there's still this suspense of like, are we gonna actually complete this puzzle, or are we gonna have to redo all of these rolls? Which is frustrating, but like it also adds that level of like, oh, we completed the puzzle. Like, so.
And I hope Melvin was crusty enough.
Crusty.
He was the crust. The cream
the
of the crust.
Crustiest of crab.
Yeah, I like it, but like the whole point, like especially with Everlast, is I want this game to be a cooperative game as opposed to just like one that, like one like meta gamer can like take control of the party and like this is how you do it. This is how you do it. We're just like you're all working together and trying to figure everything out. So yeah, it's good. But underwater combat will be interesting. There's some mechanics with that'll feel very different from regular combat.
Right.
So like movement will be all weird, like the different layers, because like this like from like 1 to 4, like how you can go up and down. With the Merca layer, this next one is going to be a regular battle map unless you want to go 15 feet up above the soot layer and potentially add another enemy to your encounter. So potentially, I guess. But yeah, so it'll be good going forward. But thoughts are always good, which is why I ask at the end, like, how was the sessions, to see how things could work. But just kind of general thoughts. But anything else to add, Max? Sorry for cutting in.
No, that's about it.
Okay.
It was good.
I know it was like a hardcore focus on one puzzle today, but I'm glad that you guys were able to solve it without too much frustration. And you could figure it out. Like I liked seeing the process of you figuring out the puzzle early on, like enough where it's just like, I have no idea what to do, and then you just like give up. But it's just like, okay, we have this, but we have this challenge of actually doing the puzzle for Luxalia and Thordane, where most parties probably aren't going to min-max as much as Yuki and Belbin did, where like everything is thrown into their strength stat. And even Bazil to a degree has a lot in like the physical stats. Yeah, it's supposed to make it to where like maybe some of like the people who have the easier out being able to use like mana and that kind of stuff actually have to focus on balancing their stats. Or for example, like there might be like a puzzle that like requires like a lot of elemental stuff where Belbin will have nothing with that. I think he has a 0 in his elemental stat and he'll be like, I can't do anything.
He does.
Okay, so balancing is always good, but obviously the physical helps you in combat, and that's how he focuses himself. So yeah, it is how it is. But yeah, it was good. Thank you guys so much for those of you that were here. Like, I thought it was a really fun session. Thanks for everybody who was able to stop by and hang out with us as we went through this dungeon together, completed a puzzle, and jumped into a combat encounter. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Don't worry, Max. There will be more combat counters to come. Just because you're missing this next one doesn't mean you're gonna be missing all of them. So more to come. It'll be good. I can promise you that.
I like combat too.
Yeah, combat's good, exactly. Especially because it has been kind of a little while since combat has happened. But it's coming, which gives you guys some time to be able to go on to our Discord and be able to study up the way that the combat works and everything. If you have any questions, message me about that. But other than that, I don't have anything else. Dane, as far as streams for the upcoming week.
Yep, couple quick announcements. I know it's late for Cole. If you need to get going, that's fine. We totally understand. But just a couple things, guys. Our sponsor, DaiSNACki, they're awesome. They're wonderful. I believe they're in the last days of their Omatsuri box. Again, it's Japanese sweets and luxury treats. They're awesome. So if you want festival food, feel free to go check that out. Free international shipping. They're awesome. And please mention Forge sent you in the checkout message. There's like a little message section that you can do, and it helps us out, and it also helps out the small business as well, right? So it's always good to support small businesses, and we're very, very close to the raffle, the referral raffle too. So we're getting there. We're real close. As far as streams go, I will be streaming tomorrow, so we're gonna be continuing our Nuzlocke of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. That's been a really good time, so come join us for that. Again, we play marbles to decide the Pokemon names, so if you're in chat, it's very interactive as well.
Cole
so
won a lot.
Yep, he won a lot. It's good. But yeah, so we're gonna be playing that. So if you're available 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, please come stop by and hang out with us, and let's do a Let's Go Eevee Nuzlocke and do some marbles together. But that should be really good. And then anything else? I mean, we have a normal week of streams ahead. I was on vacation last week, so we have a normal week of streams ahead. So Kyle will be streaming Sunday night our time. It's, 8 a.m. Japan Standard Time?
8 a.m. JST, and then on Wednesday it's 8 a.m. JST, and then we also have Adventures in Middle-earth at 7 p.m. JST, so on Wednesday.
Yes.
So.
And then I will be streaming Monday my time, Wednesday my time, and Thursday my time next week. I know it sounds confusing. We have streamers from all over the world who do stream on this channel. So if you have any confusions or anything like that, join our Discord. And at the beginning of every week, I post the schedule to all of our streams for that week. So this week was an exception, but I usually post all the stream schedules. And that time that you see there is incorporated to your computer. So whatever time your computer's set at is the time that it will be visible on that. So if you have any questions about the time of any streams, it should be in your time zone or at the time zone of your computer or wherever you're viewing it from. So if you have a VPN going, just so you know, it might screw it up. So if you're curious about that, feel free to go check that out. But we have like 9 streams a week now these days, so it's great fun. Kyle's finishing up Tears of the Kingdom, I know. I will be continuing some Genshin Impact on Monday, and then Octopath Traveler on Wednesday and Thursday, which will be really, really fun. And then obviously our Pokemon Nuzlocke, we do not finish it. So aside from that, I have nothing else. Oh, one more thing, guys. We hit 400 followers at Fantasy Forge Studios, which is amazing. It's an amazing accomplishment. And so to celebrate for such things, we have a new Halloween merch design that you guys can order early. We obviously had it in the ranks, but I wasn't planning on releasing it until October. So the fact that we released it early is great. So you guys can go and check that out. We have a hoodie, we have a T-shirt, and then we also have some stickers. They have Streamlabs does a new holographic foil sticker, which is kind of nice.
That's
So
cool.
feel free to get your Forge Coon Halloween things. So check out our merch store. It's actually linked in the about section below. You could just flip through them and see the new merch that we have. But aside from that, consider getting something from there. Again, it helps out the channel as well, and it's also a cool way to support the channel with a seasonal merch item. Because again, once October finishes, this is going to be at the very least discontinued till next year. So it's a limited time merch item. So feel free to take a look at it and see if it's something that suits your fancy. I think it's very cute and it's great. So that's it though. I have nothing else.
Yeah, it's really exciting seeing now that we're getting into fall. One thing that I will say, speaking of the 400 followers, what was it when I came in to start doing kind of streams
in
back?
February?
Was it
yeah,
February. Outside of Everlast, we've been doing Everlast for a while, but since I started streaming, the fact that we've nearly doubled in size since February that's
you're at like
crazy.
260 or something back in February, and now it's September and we're at 400.
No,
Is amazing. Is
You guys are
amazing.
Truly, this
Also
community
Cole and
is
Max.
great.
Cole and Max, Cole Forge Great Max helped a lot in that too. So also you guys, thank you so much. Hopefully in the future you guys can come back and we can
return at some point.
Yeah, it'll be there. But yeah, so it's good.
Good.
But yeah, so that's all I have. Kyle, do you have any last words? We will actually be rating after the stream ends. So Kyle, you can end it normally, but I'm gonna send it over to our good friend Kamikaze Giggle. So I'll get that all set up so you don't have to worry about that. But
Sweet.
anything else? Anyone? Any pressing matters?
May Alomnia guide all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and God bless you all. Bye, guys. See you over at the raid.
See ya.